This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! Persians! Give them nothing, but take from them everything!
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
You know it's going to be a good day when Red Gaze's Giga Chad comes in the chat. What's going on, y'all? Good to see you guys. Hail the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to having a great weekend. Hope you're having a good Easter weekend, Passover, whatever it is that you do. Hope you're having a good time. Guys, please remember to support your independent creators out there. You're going to see a lot of awesome people on this panel tonight. And share out links for those channels. And make sure to subscribe to them. Share them out on social media. And the campaigns you're going to see. I played Sunsworn at the beginning because I am proud of this indie sphere. I am proud of people that put the passion and work and time into what they're doing. That's why Vinny's probably going to be late today because he was up all night, bastard, finishing Shadow of the Kraken. What the hell? Instead of being here. I'm good to see you guys. Real quick, I want to say hail to the chat, man. I love you dudes. Thank you guys so much for coming back week after week. Parrot Head, what's up? Hail, dude. Tree Humper, good to see you. You son of a bitch. Pope Metallic is the first. Hey, what's going on, dude? What's up, Wookie's Primacy? Good to see you, bro. Wookie's Primacy is going to be rebranding himself here pretty soon. He's sick of Disney Star Wars, so we're going to lose our Wook. We're going to lose our Wook. Brutal Morningwood, the best name in the chat. What is going on, dude? Hail to you. 32 Flavors. Can't wait to introduce him. He's on the panel today. What's up, man? Eldritch Lord, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Keely Chow. Hail, Keely Chow. That man, that is the cheerleader of the Fandom Menace. That's my man right there. He cheers on everybody, independent comics, Gate, matter what it is. He's cheering you out. Let's see, Pale Rider, Giga Chat. Good to see you. Grifter is here. What's up, Grifter? Hail, brother. Thank you for stopping by. What we got? What's up, D Bud Martin? Hail, good to see you. Thank you for coming through, guys. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to make it back to 2,000. That would be great. All right, man. Thank you guys so much. I want to introduce my awesome panel. I got a good group here today, but the very first on this panel is.
It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E, Temple Cooing from the Place to Be Reviews. Right back here in Rogue Entertainment with all of you, even the Orthodox Jews, L'chaim. Happy Passover. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for having me on, Stephen.
Absolutely, dude. I hear that you have some new, you had a shirt that came in. You had some stuff that came in, dude. What's up with your merch?
I'm sporting the Egyptian because I had a dedicated troll that swore I was Egyptian. So I got a whole Egyptian logo. We got one of these in the royal purple as it is. And then we got the old school Place the Beer Reviews logo on the tank top. I got one of the Going In Raw Monday night. No protection required shirts coming in.
Nice.
I got my my avatar right here, drawn by none other than this community's own Nerium. Yeah, of Bonds.
Hail
That
Bonds.
I got one of those for Trey. So yeah, we got merch over there in the Teespring store. You can check that out. All my channel members, the kazoos should be here by Tuesday, so I'll be mailing all my channel members out kazoos. Yeah, my kazooians. That's what it is. Thank you, man. It's good to be here, dude. Good to be back at Rogue Entertainment.
Hell, brother, good to have you back. Good to be back. Good to be back in the saddle again.
Yes,
Hail,
yes,
you guys
sir.
out there, please smash the like, share out the link, because we're gonna have a fun show tonight. With me is the creator of Sunsworn, Red Gaze.
What up? What up? How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend. I hope everybody has all kinds of days off, doing all kinds of fun stuff with people they enjoy being around. I know in some cases that's not always possible because it's usually family, but enjoy that family while you got them. I'll just say that.
I got a feeling that Gaze doesn't like his family. Like that's the feeling I'm getting right now. Like you don't want to be around them.
Nah, it's not. It's not that per se. It's just they're the most aggravating people on earth.
Hell, brother, I just said, poor Red Gaze had a raid stream this week. Y'all go check out his raid. He was angry. I had to come in there and I had to help him out a little bit. Gaze was 10 minutes. He was upset. I love you, man.
It's a
Good to see
problem,
you.
man. The world has problems, and every now and then they need to be addressed.
Absolutely. With us also is my good friend, your good friend, one of the best mods out there, became a YouTuber. We need to get this man to 1,000 subs. Please, mods, share out links to Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective and share it out there on social media.
What's going on? Bunch of barnacle peener midgets running around on this stream right here today. What's going on, everybody? Make sure that you get yourself some dip and don't be a slack-jawed barnacle peen midget like Walton. What's going on, Walton?
What's going on? Dude, good to see you. I'm going to message you later. Tommy, man, thank you for stopping through, brother. Your shows, Collectible Pass, dude. Talk a little bit about the show you do with Vinny, because that's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, we wanted to do kind of a spinoff of what I was already doing with Going Old School Retro Discussions. We wanted to get together and we wanted to talk about the things that we love, the things that we enjoyed from our past, because it's real easy, like I've said over and over again, it's easy to sit there and break down this garbage that we see because there's so much of it. The hatred for that stuff is readily apparent, and it's easy just to dive into it. It seems a lot harder for people to sit there and talk about things that they enjoy and things that they love, and that's one of the things we do on Collectible Pass. As far as some of the new merchandise that's coming out, as far as some of these toys and these franchises and these companies that are actually doing them right. And you got to bring that stuff out because everybody just assumes that it's all garbage now. It's all woke shit. And there's a few companies out there that are doing it right. And you know what? I like to bring this one up over and over again. Look what Hasbro did when they fired IDW over that woke garbage that they were putting out in those comic books. Why? Because they knew that it was bringing their franchise, their product line down, and people weren't quite as interested in it because of what they were doing. They made sure that Rooster Teeth apparently at least semi did it right when they did the cartoons. I enjoyed that series overall, the one that was on Netflix from Rooster Teeth, as far as the Siege line was considered. It was a decent cartoon. Did they make some mistakes? Of course. They didn't get it perfect, and I'm not going to say that they did, but they did a lot better than all the other series that have done recently, and that's another thing you have to point out on occasion when these things are done right. I will not, however, bow and kneel to the Disney train and the Disney apologists and the people who sit there and watch this garbage, yet sit there and speak about how you got to respect canon, you got to respect the lore. And then they turn around and they watch this shit and they give money back to these big companies that are destroying it all right before your eyes. Don't do that because you're becoming no better than all the wokies that are following them on their stupid little walkouts. Sorry.
No, man, you rant. That's what I love hearing you do, guys. If you love the fire that you just heard, please subscribe to Tommy and Guinea Pig Collector. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subs. Mods, please, if you're out there, there's a link in the description below. If you can just copy and paste it up in the chat all night, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Another great creator, Chris Fisk, one of my favorite people. Come on, one of my new best friends, Chris. What's going on, dude? Tell us about you.
Man.
Tell us about your book.
Well, I don't think I have the same rant energy, but I definitely agree with Tommy about the, everything's gone to shit. So we got to really grab onto the things that we enjoy. And that's kind of what I did with my book was, I got depressed as hell when I saw everything going to woke trash. And I thought, what made me, what did I enjoy when I was a kid? And it was an old role-playing game that I worked on, and I made a comic book series out of it. And it's got some of the old Saturday morning cartoons thrown into it. Like if you like the adventure cartoons, like Pirates of Darkwater or Conan the Barbarian, or even Disney's Gargoyles, a little more modern, but it's high fantasy. This book, and it's planned for 10 total books for the series, and we currently have book 1 on demand. And 50 pages, full color. It's all high fantasy stuff. It's got Gaelic and Welsh mythology kind of, like, I guess, tossed in for good measure. And it's got a bit of the old ultra violence as well. So if you enjoy stuff that's like D&D-ish, but not declaring that orcs are racist, I think you might enjoy Infinite Tale Chronicles.
Guys, please check out Infinite Tale Chronicles. Much love to y'all in the chat. Hail to you. Also with us is one of my oldest friends, honestly. Just somebody I love hanging out with, having on my streams. Please hail out to Adega Outlaw.
What the heck, man? I just try to go to the bathroom, and this short, hairy dude grabs me by the nethers and drags me and puts me in front of a camera. And here I am. What the heck?
I'm sorry.
Did he forcibly wash your peen?
Yes. Deal, man.
Did he at least break out the peen?
Did
he at least break out the peen wax and shine it up for you too?
I think he really enjoyed it.
You're a hot dude, Adega. And man love isn't gay, man. I'm not just looking out. I'm just looking out.
That kind of man love makes me worried.
I love you, man. Hail to you. And with us, hail the Dicks Division, my boy. 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. What's up, man?
Stephen Walton. Hello, sir. Thank you for bringing me on here. It is a pleasure and an honor to be on Rogue Entertainment, as I'm usually listening to you guys while I'm at the workplace when you guys were going. So now that you're back, it's like I'm actually on here now, so it's like really weird because I'm used to hearing you guys on my phone while I'm working. So cheers to everyone in the chat. I see a lot of familiar faces. It seems like a lot of you got the Gilded notification. So that proof that you should get the fuck on Gilded because the actual invite to the show works. Also, I see a few new faces. Hello, cheers, and beers. And they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's 5 o'clock over here. So bottoms up, whiskey's out.
Brother, cheers, man. Cheers.
Fucking mazel tov.
Cheers. Follow Adega Outlaw on Twitter. Please follow Chris and Nick Weiser and subscribe to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. This is another great channel. We need to get monetized because this man's got great things going on. Good friends, good conversations, topics you will love to hear. So please check him out.
And who doesn't love a pizza slut?
Who's a pizza slut?
Dude, I am the pizza slut. Feels good.
You show off that shirt a little bit. I mean, that's just an epic shirt, dude. That's
Come on.
Look at that. Press 1 in the
that
chat.
man to do anything for a pizza.
If you are a pizza slut.
Category on the hub.
I'm a fucking whore for pizza. You don't understand.
You see, Pale Rider, I'm not the only one.
That's what I just had for dinner.
Never ever apologize for that. Like anyone who's like,
I got a very important question for you though, Nick.
Have
you ever sucked a dick for a pizza?
No.
Tommy's like that guerrilla journalist. We're like going right for the jugular with the hard questions.
Wow.
You love pizza. Well, let's ask. Have you ever sucked a man's dick for a pizza?
What would you do?
He's a slut for the pizza, not to obtain the pizza.
He's got your pizza right there.
Guy's like, yeah. What you gonna do for the slice, dog? What you gonna do?
Very white music.
I'm taking a bite. So I'm taking a bite. I'm going for the bite. You asked for it. Now
there's sausage on my pizza tonight.
As Nerd the lap dance song starts to play in the back. Dun it.
Can I put
is that why I don't get? Is that why I don't get invited to more panels?
Maybe my little crass.
Wow.
Guys, we'll say hail to the comic relief crusader. What's going on? Good to see you. Hail, thank you. Welcome to the chat. Pale Rider says, I'm drinking vodka, letting a stripper ride me while watching YouTube on my phone. Weekend's going pretty good.
That's fucking amazing. What a true
that's right there. Now how far are we into the show? Can I say this yet? Let's say if you're if you're doing a bump off her fucking back while she's leaning over and you're watching your phone, and you know what, fucking tip of the cap to you, sir.
Yeah, brother.
If you throw that into I'm gonna live vicariously through you in this one, but yeah, congrats. That sounds like a hell of a good time.
Pale Rider is the black lion bot of the gays Gigatron.
I formed the head.
Yeah.
So does that mean tonight a new flavor of Nick Weiser was created? Nick Weiser flavor number 168, the taste of pizza shame.
Well, Terminus S is here. He is here, so he could be the decider what the flavor.
Oh, we
tonight
go.
will be. He is here. Him and Manflu decide the flavors.
Meat lovers.
Marby Dog, what's going on? Good to see you, Hale. Welcome to the show. Mr. Tickle Trunk for $5. Thank you so much, channel member. Thank you for keeping the lights on, brother. So I never thought I'd say this in my life, but the guinea pig is making sense. Oh shit, Tom!
I hope that was before the dick comment.
I'm not sure.
It was probably the hashtag Walton's Barnacle peen.
That's it. What is no? Oh my god, I hate you. I'm promoting him. Guys, subscribe to Tommy the Game Pig Collective, y'all. We need to get this made to 1,000 subs. We've all made that climb, and those of you who are making that climb, you understand the grind. So please share out a link on your social media for Tommy. Let's get this man monetized, y'all. Let's see what's in the chat. Oh, Chris is in there. Wookie. Oh, Kai, what's up, dude? Hail everyone. DuckDuckGo and censoring stuff. They even responded to the post and said it's bullshit. It should be easily checked. All right, well, I'll go check that out. Thanks, man.
What was going on with DuckDuckGo?
They're still deciding. They're still manipulating what news can be seen, so it don't even matter anymore. They've already fucked themselves anyway. Even if what he says is true, they've already hurt themselves with the whole. We're gonna decide what gets boosted and what gets downvoted, basically amongst their company. So it will only be a matter of time till they get worse, because these companies once they take a turn towards something bad, aka change of policy, they never go back. And just watch how history plays out, especially with big tech and the rise of Silicon Valley in the last 13, 14, 15 years. They never like, oh, hey, this policy didn't work. We're going to revert back to the old ways. They don't do that shit. They should.
No.
But none of them do.
Well, I mean, at this point, Nick, most of these companies have already delved into that anyway, and it's just a matter of which one is doing it worse, quite honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry. I can't do more than one thing at once. Yeah, this is what we're talking. This is what Kai's talking about. This is Google, like DuckDuckGo, announces purge of independent media. Only the mainstream media will be allowed. Let's go and check this out. It says DuckDuckGo CEO Gabriel Winbig has announced that the search engine will be purging all independent media outlets from the platform and will replace them with trusted mainstream media outlets instead. Like so many others, I am sickened by Russia's invasion of Ukraine with a gigantic humanitarian crisis it continues to create. At DuckDuckGo, we've been rolling out search updates that downrank sites associated with Russia disinformation. In addition to downranking sites associated with disinformation, we also often place news modules and information boxes at the top of DuckDuckGo search results where they have seen and clicked the most to highlight quality information for rapidly unfolding topics. What does that translate to, Nick? What do you hear when you hear that?
We're gonna work with the official industries like the Googles and the Twitters and the Facebooks of the world. And now that we're playing ball with them, now we'll get promotion because we're playing by their rules. So now we got to change something that we're known for and work with the trusted sites. Because let's not forget, people got into DuckDuckGo as the alternative for Google, and that's myself included. I discovered them probably right around the 2020 fortification, and I heard about them. I go, I guess I should look into this. And it was cool to actually go through a search engine, actually see legitimate results for stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I see stuff like this. It's like, oh, that's great. And it was funny because I had never seen an advertisement or anything maybe this could just be me by coincidence. I've never heard of promotion, advertising, anything for DuckDuckGo until this happened. And when this information came out about what they were doing, all of a sudden my phone started having ads for DuckDuckGo on YouTube. I'm like, oh, now that they're playing the big boys, Now they get to have like promotion now because they're playing ball like the way they want to do it. That's usually how this happens. A company will make waves, people will like it, and then like all of a sudden, eventually someone, the big wigs of the elites, will notice like, oh, hey, what you guys got going on here? You either are gonna get deplatformed, we gotta erase you, silence you, or you gotta play ball with us. And it's safe to say DuckDuckGo is saying, okay, well, we're going to play by your rules, and they sold out on one of their principles that they became known for. And it sucks that I'm seeing it happen, but we already have great alternatives. I mean, there's already the Brave, which is also a search engine and a browser, and there is also pre-search as well. Look up pre-search, and that's a great one as well. So, I mean, once again, we're in like a soon to be golden age with just like all these like social medias and browsers, all these like alternatives coming out left and right, and they can't silence everyone. So the more that come out, the better, because eventually it's just gonna get too much for them. And that's what we need. We need more. I know some people are like, oh god, another social networking that's not gonna take off, but we need more, because Parler showed like it can happen. Now, the only problem where they fuck themselves is that they trusted Amazon. Where they're like, oh, hey, we're going to work with them for the servers. It's like, dude, you reasoned with the wrong company, bro. And, like, Parler had the right idea. And they decided, however, to work with Amazon, and they shot themselves in the foot for that, because they were actually gaining traction after the election. They were actually gaining traction. And they refused to play ball in the sense of, we're not going to adjust our new policies to what Google and Android want. But the problem is, because they work through Amazon, well, all those companies work together and they got to purge them and slow down their traction. Now you don't hear about Parler anymore. So we need absolute decentralization from all this Silicon Valley. So the possibility is there. We just got to figure out how. Is it an alternative? Is it going to need to be an Elon Musk taking over one of them? I don't know what it's going to be, but right now we're in a very interesting time where we're seeing alternatives step up and say, all right, fuck you, DuckDuckGo, and fuck off. And please don't come back.
What do you think, Chris?
I think that we're witnessing a kind of, I guess, the bad guys with their pants like caught down. I mean, we're essentially we're looking at a total power of our media. I mean, we've been in a color revolution now for about 20 years, and we've been watching like, honestly, like this is like a video game. Like if you're playing like a game like How to Conquer the World or whatever, you always hit the media first. You always go for the propaganda platforms, and that's what we've been hit with. And now that, because we live in the information age and we can start getting these alternate, these alternate opinions or whatever, like this guy's talking about, oh, I stand with Ukraine, or dude, I don't even know what the hell is going on in Ukraine right now. I mean,
Sean Payne's running to Poland. Sean Penn is running to Poland. I read that. He wants to go back and fight, but he left his balls in Ukraine. So that's what's going on.
All I can think of is John Hurt looking at a screen saying, "We've never been at war with Eurasia." Like this is the Ministry of Truth telling us shit. Like honestly, I've seen stories of like Ukrainians being gunned down by their own government, like to flee and stuff. It's like, is that real? I don't know. Is what we're being told by the mainstream media real? I don't think so, but I don't know. We're in a land of confusion now. I mean, and the bigwigs the bigwigs that have had control are now kind of like, oh shit, what are these alternative narratives coming out? Like that's why the whole hullabaloo with Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter, like why they're panicking over this. Like look at it from like when the adults enter the room and they're talking about a business. What about this whole situation makes any business sense? None. They poison pilled this. So this guy who was literally buying these stocks, like I think it was like plus 25 or whatever. So it was like the value of the stock plus like an additional amount. Like, I don't know about you, but in business, when somebody's like, yeah, I'm going to hostile takeover, I'm going to pay you what it's worth, plus here's a bonus, cha-ching, I'm in. Like, that's how business works, And
that's
it's like,
how, all right, Chris, I had to say something. And you're saying something of a kind of a just world, and that's the problem. We're not dealing with people of a just world. We're dealing with people where their ideology comes first, even before money. And these are the type of people who are willing to burn it all down if it means taking their ideology with them. The ideology comes first. That's why I'm starting to see people keep saying money, money, money. It's just like, you guys don't understand. They don't care about the money. Their ideology is first. If they burn it down and they just happen to make a few bucks, great. But for them, it's just one more step towards reinventing society.
Well, it's the useful idiots. It's the when it's like what Yuri Bezmenov warned us about back in the 80s when he's talking about ideological subversion. These dogmatic adherence to these messed up narratives, this ideology that makes no sense. It contradicts itself. It's like a school of piranha. It's going this way one moment, it's going that way the other moment. If you don't keep up, the school is going to turn and eat you, And it's not sustainable. I mean, these people are like, they don't hold, like I've heard the term partisan hack, but I think it's more insidious than that. I think it's ideological.
Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is.
It all comes down to control. I mean, and honestly, I don't think it matters what direction they have to take. And I'm talking about the people above, people pulling the strings. Not Democrats or Republicans, not the people on the same team. Not the politicians.
The left.
Yeah, but even whether it's the left or the right, like whatever they have to push in order to create division and censorship. From this point moving forward, from the tactics that we have seen and that has worked since the 2000s, and as far as manipulation of media, there's always been some type of level of manipulation, but the way that it has progressed. Like who knows what it's going to be in 20 years, but right now it's blue-haired weirdos screaming at the air. Well,
the blue-haired weirdos are intentional. They're by design to be like this dysfunctional. Like they're the compromised. If this was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, this would be Donald Sutherland pointing at you and screaming. This is like they don't understand how messed up they are. It's the rest of the world, and that's how amazing ideological subversion is. Is everything that you've been taught that was right is wrong, and vice versa.
Chris, isn't it already Invasion of the Body Snatchers as far as the people that are on Twitter? Look, he made a bad post.
Yeah.
That's it.
And civil discourse, like we're past that now. Like these are people who otherwise are very intelligent. And yet when you talk to them and it sounds like a 5-year-old throwing a tantrum. And it's like, what, like I mean, full confession here. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I've always been left leaning. And I'll tell you right now, whatever the hell's going on in the left, that's not liberalism. That's Marxism. That's ideological subversion. That's dangerous authoritarianism. That's like, we're talking about like mangling kids. We're talking about putting things in that shouldn't be. Like we have like this morbidly obese Leviathan of a woman walking into a restaurant in a public area, practically naked, twerking in front of a family with kids, completely inappropriate. And yet there's no recourse. There's no like, because we have all these like things in place now that protect it, it's like accountability. It needs to return. We need shame. Like shame was a good thing. It kept us in check.
Real quick, before I introduce Tony, I want to say thank you to the Instant Girl 149 super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Some trees. I appreciate that. They're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. With us is the Clan Will Review. Sorry, dude, I didn't see you in the back, and I can't do more than one thing.
No worries. I'm just glad I could politic my way onto this show.
He looks so proud.
Yeah.
Who is that darling man?
Oh shit!
You're killing us.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh my god,
dude! Good to see you, Tony. Thanks for being here, man. What's going on?
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. You're probably always welcome. So, were you able to listen to any of the last several minutes?
Yeah, and why are we letting Sean Penn anywhere near Ukraine when he destroyed Venezuela?
He can't be blamed for this one. I don't know. Like, he went to Ukraine to film an independent documentary about everything that's going on the front lines, and within 3 days, he left his car on the side of the road and traveled on foot into Poland. Apparently, he left his balls because when he got back and got back to Brentwood and he was at a gas station, doing whatever they do. He said, I want to go back and fight, man.
Yeah.
I want to go fight.
Knowing how Sean Penn is, what would that be called? Crying on the front lines with Sean Penn?
Sean Penn said that he's not an idiot, but he has no idea what he could offer. That's what he said. That was a quote.
So he basically described the entire vice presidency of Kamala Harris.
Oh God!
He's a useless
I'm not an
idiot.
idiot, but yeah, it's just another useless idiot is what it is. Exactly. Like Sean Penn has the foreign policy knowledge and political depth of like, I don't know, like a puddle of water. I mean, he's just the guy. What did he do? He beat up Madonna. Like, I mean, what? Like we should be thanking him for that. But I mean,
Damn.
but he broke.
To her face.
Well, I mean, the look, the bitch was born in Michigan, and all of a sudden she's British. I'm just saying. Slow your roll, that Duchess Donna.
I mean, come on,
Well,
honestly,
Kabbalah.
the most impressive thing that he's ever done was cry behind bars.
You know, he was hanging out with
yeah,
Hugo.
Chucky
Was it
Williams?
Hugo? Was it Hugo? No, the drug lord from Mexico, El Chapo. He was hanging out with El Chapo. He's breaking bread with him. You know, he's banging Charlize Theron. Now he wants to go fight in Ukraine. You know, I'm just saying, why don't we give this guy a machine gun, a backpack full of mags, and just turn him loose on the front lines and, you know, wash our hands of it? Because, I mean, what's the worst case scenario? I mean, he ices a few commies, he kills a few Yahtzees, and he gets gunned down in a hail of stupidity. I mean, he gets to, you know, hopefully the last thing he would do would be say a Spicoli like gnarly as he's got like a 50 cal like bursting through him like an alien in 1979. I mean, fuck this guy. Who cares?
I could see him getting surrounded by a bunch of Russians, and they say, how did you think it was going to go, Comrade Pac-Man?
Oh my God!
You can't shoot me. I'm Harvey Milk.
That'd be a hate crime, exactly. Like, we don't care, you piece of shit. Come here. Hey, who wants to gut this one, huh?
All right, we're having more fun with that article. I'm getting the Sean Penn article. Screw it. I read it last night.
I mean, nobody's a fan of Sean Penn. Not even Sean Penn likes Sean Penn.
No.
You remember
God,
when
when
he was
you-
crying at the death execution of Tookie Williams?
Oh, yeah,
The head of
Tookie.
the blood, the crypt.
Took
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah,
Tookie
poor
looked like,
Tookie.
he looked like Lamont Sanford on steroids. Like, and like he like murdered a bunch of people. Or what? He's like, I didn't kill no one. It's like there's just blood everywhere.
He was just going to the store for some blueberry didn't do nothings.
Right. Shit, I ain't heard that in a minute. There's Sean, guys.
I just want to know, at what point did he transform into like a strung out Sylvester Stallone?
Hey, red guys, you tell me, me, I know Ukraine.
I feel threatened, but I didn't understand a word you said.
I was thinking he was
that Sean Penn looks like me, but I
Sean
call
Penn?
bullshit as that he is the peen.
I was thinking he's more like Rob Reiner, who loves cocaine more than pastries.
I don't know. I'm looking at that face, and my first thought was, "Oh my God, when did they bring back the California raisins?" But then I realized,
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Is he a male version of Magda from Something About Mary?
Oh.
And how does he move in 20 frames per second? It's just
Listen, guys, this is very serious. Sean Penn's thinking about going and taking up arms against Russia. This is very important. Sean Penn recently made some interesting comments regarding an ongoing armed conflict in Ukraine. Just a month after calling on the United States to fight and save, or for the invaded country, the actor is now claiming that he's thinking about taking up arms against Russia. That man's going to war, guys.
I would love to see it. I actually would like to see it happen, but I know that's never going to happen.
Let's put him in charge of a battalion of Transformers and just airdrop them all in without parachutes.
Autobots roll out.
Blizzard says that birds are looking to lay eggs in Sean Penn's hair.
You know, when Air July's talk about crackheads, this is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
This is a fucking crackhead right here. Like, you want to get a photo
Yep.
and like put in the dictionary like crackhead, just have those four right here. This is a fucking crackhead. Sean Penn.
You know, Soul Assassin dubbed him Sean Peen, and I think we should roll with that.
Yeah. He definitely needs to be cleaned.
There's no way you're getting the barnacles off that Sean Penn.
Oh man.
So let's look at this story. Writing from Kiev, Ukraine, in late February, the activist actor issued a statement asserting already a brutal mistake and lives taken and hearts broken. And if he doesn't relent, I believe Mr. Putin will have made the most horrible mistake for all of humankind.
If we don't count Yemen.
Right.
President Zelensky and the Ukrainian people have risen as historic symbols of courage and principle. Ukraine is the tip of the spear for the democratic embrace of dreams. If we allow it to fight alone, our soul in America is lost.
So all these leftists on Twitter that have the Ukrainian flags in their bio, do they know they're supporting Yahtzees? Like, do you think their heads would explode if they realized that there's literally Yahtzees running Ukraine? Like there's an entire freaking military wing of them.
Because they would just deny it.
Double think. Yeah,
These people don't live in reality. They just whatever they want to be is what is. That's how
whatever
it
to
is.
advance the cause. You know.
There's proof.
There's proof of a lot of things, ETEP. Have you been paying attention?
Right. There's a laptop full of proof.
It never ceases to amaze me the levels of cognitive dissonance that is like so freaking like pervasive.
There might be there could possibly be, I don't know, presidents out there whipping children. You don't know. There's shit out there that nobody's talking about, or you can't. It's nuts, man. Mr. Pickle Drunk says, yeah, the USA getting involved in one of the worst ideas that could have floated in that interview, like a septic fart he cupped and threw at the interviewer. Hell, brother.
Oh, it's just to disguise the money laundering going on over there anyways. It's not a real...
Oh, yeah. And the human trafficking.
Yep. And the biolabs.
Yeah, the ones that the U.S. and the CIA, run.
Yeah. This whole thing is a farce.
Apparently, Wookiees of Privacy thinks that there's breaking news out there. Kim Kardashian's son found her sex tape.
Christmas gift?
Ray J. Sexy can't I? Who is that? That's Uncle Ray J.
Sean Penn, let's see. He's though he initially traveled to UK. Okay, this is it. Though he initially traveled to Ukraine to film a documentary on Russia's invasion of the country, just 3 days after issuing the above call for Americans to join the fight against Russia, Penn fled on foot to Poland. Myself and 2 colleagues walked miles to the Polish border after abandoning our car on the side of the road. Almost all the cars in this photo carry women and children only, and most of them without luggage. And the car was their only possession of value. Now, that last part is absolutely sad, but what I think is funny is that Sean Penn left with the women and children first.
Oh, yeah.
he took off. He's done.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
He's just safe to say. He's one of them. He has no man card. He's full soy. I mean, the only thing he had coming close to manliness was Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but since then he is full fucking soy, man.
Spicoli was a good character.
It was a great character even, huh? I thought very fondly of him. I mean, to a degree, I still do, but like since then, it's one of those things that starts like, it seems like a cool guy, but then you go past it, it's like, oh, this is another bitch-made dude. Fuck him. So move on, Sean Penn. Fuck him.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the sentiment of the whole panel in various ways.
Yeah.
Like, I think if we could, like, publicly shame Sean Penn, like, tar and feather him, I'm pretty sure, like, we would.
Well, I mean, there he is.
He deserves it. First of all, I mean, he's like Nick. He's ineffectual. He's weak. He's everything that he pretends not to be. It is. It's everything with him is facade and projection.
And he's got the face of a deteriorating pound puppy.
How dare you disparage the pound puppies like that? They were adorable.
I wonder if these celebrities are they told by their elite to do not go in the outside world of your echo chamber. You are not allowed to do that. If you are caught there, we will blacklist you. Because we have said many times on and on how they're so detached from reality, which obviously they are. But it makes me wonder do they ever think about what it would be like to be go to visit a rural area and see what normal people are like. And I live in a very suburban town, an hour outside of Chicago, and I've lived in Chicago, and I've heard people who live in it saying, "Oh, you don't know what it's like here." Like, and the thing is, I've literally lived in both areas, so I can know that the reason why the cities are the way they are is because of the people in the city. Though they want to blame everyone else but their own. Like I feel, and people in the city, when I lived in the city, they never want to get out of their echo chamber. I'll tell you that, and to a degree, I was complicit in that too. When I got out of the city, I was freaking nervous. I'm like, this is, and it wasn't because I was on this ideology train. It was just like it freaked me out to like make such a change. But then once I got out of the city, I realized, holy crap, it's a whole different world out there, and there are other ways of thought and thinking. And I have definitely learned that there is more to the world than just a super extreme this ideology. And trust me, Chicago is filled with that one way of thought. It runs so deep. It doesn't matter if you're a leftist or not. It doesn't even cross your mind. It's only one way exists. So it doesn't even matter if you're for or against it. It's just this is where your thoughts are and this is where they stop. And then until you go to the outside road, like, holy crap, all these other ways exist. And yeah, it takes stepping out of the city. And I think he's in that equivalent, but for Hollywood.
Well, you know what, Nick? I mean,
most of the ones that wake up in Hollywood lead it. They figure out, hey, you're with the wrong group. And I had a question too, because every time I look at those pictures of Sean Penn, I've worked on a lot of people over the years, especially somebody elderly where they start losing their mind. He has that same look. Like you ask him a question, and he go, what? What?
I want to shake hands.
So stoned.
That it's that kind of far away look.
Yeah, yeah. What?
Yep.
That's the look of a man who's not sure if he should have trusted that fart.
But to pick up what Doc was saying though, you see that with a lot of these Hollywood type people when they get into an interview situation, and you can tell they get thrown off their canned answers, their canned responses, those boilerplate type things. Mm-hmm. They get off track, and they'll always be, even if it's a fleeting one, sometimes it's longer depending on the intelligence level of the person, which, I mean, they're basically parrots, it's like listen, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat. They'll get that where they get off track and it's like a train getting derailed, and they just sit there and they have that blank, like it's a record skipping, and they don't know what to do or how to move forward from that point because they're so far derailed from what they were supposed to say. The original thought it's not there. It's not as quick as it was with them.
Well, that's the difference of what happens when you don't have Twitter, because when you take out social media, they live their life on one basis. It was respond to questions on Access Media, the red carpet, and at those points in time, they mostly have predetermined answers, so they don't mess up, they don't look bad. But now that you have social media, particularly Twitter, you take away the scripted answers. You see what's on their daily mind all the time. There was kind of like a wall between us, between the celebrities and the regular common man pre-social media. And in some ways, that was fine. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that. If anything, I feel like that the world could be better off that way. But now that we see how they think and how they operate, we see them as just a bunch of regular dumb douchebags,
narcissists. Nick,
that's what they are.
Was that all the people that actually put these type of people on pedestals? Like they're so much better than us because they're doing this and they're doing that. They're not any better. They were just lucky, and they got into a position that put them in that sphere of people that are making a lot more money or they're more noticeable. That doesn't mean they're any better.
Oh, I know
they're
not
so
better.
transparent. 90% of them are so transparent. It's easy to see through all their bullshit.
That's one of the fallacies too, is where you see these people, and it used to be you look at them as someone to put on a pedestal. These are ones that you idolize. These are ones that you listen to. But in reality, I would much rather go out here in the sticks and listen to a farmer who sits there and thinks all day, calculates farm equipment all day. Talking to a cow is more intelligent than talking to this guy who's, like you said, he's looking to figure out whether or not he left a grease spot on his last fart.
Stole Assassin says, One second. Soul says, it says 32 flavors of Nick Weiser probably look at some of the interviews and they pause and say the same things in different ways to questions.
Yep. Well, this is by design. This is like, if you look at the Chinese Communist Party, and you know I've worked with people who have lived in communist China, and they have absolutely no concept of abstract thought. It's all it's been beaten out of them through generations of conformity. And that, you know how you're saying they don't know what to say when they're left on their own? There's a reason for that, because the way that their culture has been built is it's about validation through exterior input. Basically, when they say something, they pause. And if you notice, a lot of times they'll have an uptinge to their sentence structure where it sounds like a question, because they're waiting for that approval feedback to come back in.
Right.
And if they misstep, they're quick to correct that, because if they don't, and they stand, they're the taller blade of grass or whatever, they'll get mowed down. So what we're looking at is the kind of the proto stages of what's happened over in the CCP. This is conformity at its best, like social engineering.
Don't forget, there's a CIA representative around most movie sets, and they're in constant contact with these people. Yeah.
Red, you were going to say something earlier?
Oh, I was going to say, there's a reason why all the wise man trope in the movies used to exist. You know, they were always a janitor or like a farmer, like a Degas. Somebody with a meaningful job, right? Because they're always usually older people, because these people have life experience. You know, they've lived a long, rich life, and people who are generally just content doing the menial things. But they're always the people with the words of wisdom. You know, all that wisdom to share, because they actually have life experiences. Those people are never the movie stars. They're never celebrities, because those people generally have one or two real life experiences that they could possibly offer wisdom for. Whereas, people that are, men of the earth, salt of the earth people, they know it, man. They've been through it. They have wisdom to offer, and they ain't full of shit.
Plus, they know how to find happiness where they're at, instead of trying, like Chris was saying, you find validation from everyone else all the time. You have to be on that pedestal in order to feel normal. And that is completely flawed to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. 30 people in the chat. Please smash the like, share out the link. And mods, if you could throw out links for Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective's channel. We're trying to get him to 1,000, man. Share out links to his channel for me, please, on all your social media. He deserves it. He's got great shows. He got passion, fire, loves what he talks about. Knows more about toys. 80s cartoons, things that I love to hear about on his channel. So please check out Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective. Share out links, guys. Really appreciate you. We don't have an industry to support us. We rise together. Thank you very much. Tony, do you think that Sean Penn is wise?
I don't. I think, I think he's your average Hollywood douche, and kind of to Nick Weiser's point about like that wall no longer being there between the average person, the celebrity. I think it's okay. Usually, the public would idolize a celebrity, and then you talk to their personal assistant and they'll tell you what a douchebag the celebrity actually is. Well, now Twitter's become that personal assistant, and we're just hearing all the dumb things they have to say. Look, kind of back to what Red was saying. I mean, to be wise, you have to be able to plan ahead. You're planning for the future. You can live in the moment, but you kind of have to live life for look at farmers for a few months in advance. They have to plant the they have to plant the crops, and they know when they're going to be ready to harvest, and they plant the correct amount and at different times so they don't run out of tomatoes or this or that. Celebrities don't have that lifestyle. If they're hungry, somebody goes and gets them something to eat. If they need something, or they can go themselves, but someone else cooks it for them or prepares it or brings it to the store for them. I mean, they don't really have that experience. They're almost like a child as far as being taken care of their entire life. And with that, you don't really gain any wisdom. You don't gain any knowledge. Milk is just at the store. You don't know how it gets there.
No, no. And the most part, you're right, Clone World. They don't. And I see Wookiee Supremacy's comment about Hollywood or the professional drama club, and he said, "Who listens to those dorks in the school? Why would you not?" Here's the thing, Wookiee. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Now, here's the thing: generations before me, and to a degree, even mine, they worship celebrities like they were rock stars, like gods. Because once again, there was that wall. There was that mystery to them. There was that whole, like, even to some degree, there was the whole like enigma of them. You didn't know what was going on every second of their life because of the difference of social media. So because of that, they worshiped them because they were the embodiment of entertainment. So they just saw them for what they were doing on an entertainment. And there was a whole lot less activism at the time too. Usually when it was definitely a bit more subtle and definitely, I guess you could say, maybe even nuanced to a degree. But nowadays it's way more hammered in your face and more prominent. But obviously you add also in the fact that there's social media to add to that. Like, you can put two and two together. Like, put it this way. I'll give you an example. Batman. I mean, Tom King's not a celebrity, but we'll just, for conversation's sake, say that he was. If I hadn't followed him on Twitter, I would have not caught on to understanding that when he was writing Batman, that Batman became Tom King, when in reality he's supposed to actually become Batman right in the book, but instead he made Batman a reflection of him 100%. Like now, and I would never notice that because I caught on to the way Tom King talks on Twitter. Now that you see the way these celebrities talk when they're off script and not on their, on the stand, aka, being recorded, you see how they're like and what they're truly like. And then when you see something else, whether it's a movie or a comic book, like, oh, I can see where this person's come from now on their Twitter. It all makes sense now. You had to put two and two together, and you start to think, is this a coincidence? But then you dig more and more, and you realize that is by way of absolute intention.
Right. Absolutely, my brother. Well said, man. Can't say
Thank
any
you.
better. Vinnieart's going to be here in a few minutes. Let's continue. Let's get through this article. However, Penn recently disclosed that he is not only ready to get back on the ground in Ukraine, but he's now willing to take up arms against the army of Russian Vladimir Putin, admitting that he's motivated by sheer curiosity. Look, my intention is to go back into Ukraine, but I'm not an idiot. I am not certain what I can offer.
Wait, so that right there, he admitted he's motivated by sheer curiosity. Those are the words of a man who's had a dick in his mouth before.
It was just that one time.
Was that even in question?
That's sheer curiosity. Yeah, dude. He's been pegged. He's put one in his mouth.
Yeah.
Man, don't pay for no pizza.
Yeah, you think it was for pizza?
It very well could have been. It's Sean Penn.
Or for his dear friend Harvey.
Yeah. For he was like, "Hey Sean, why don't you come over and sit on the casting couch like old times, huh?"
Imagine,
Sean's
okay.
All right, Harvey.
Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Like, okay, you sheer curiosity. Watch MASH. Watch a TV show. I don't know. War sucks. Sheer curiosity as to what you went over there. You were going to film a documentary and you ran your ass off. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just saying that kind of says it all. Like, you have people over there fighting for sheer survival, and that's their motivation.
Yeah,
if you were that curious,
sorry.
No, I'm just saying, if you were that curious, why didn't you have that epiphany when you were walking 300 miles east or whatever to Poland? Like,
right.
Well, this statement also just blatantly admits that he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Out of curiosity, I'm not certain what I can offer. Because you don't know what the hell the story is, just like we don't. Because the Ministry of Truth
it will never make headlines. You'll never see this highlight. You'll never see it blown up. You'll never see it talked about. This is something that, this is once again, like the Tim Pool versus Jack Dorsey on Joe Rogan. This is the type of stuff that should actually be out there when guys are actually slipping the cracks, saying comments like, "I actually don't know what I'm saying." Like, and yet we see that they don't ever get talked about. Like, you imagine how the difference people would perceive a Jack Dorsey if they had seen with footage put in front of their eyes people would actually view him different. Same thing with Fauci. Like, I don't want to go down the Fauci well, but it's just if when you actually see him on the spot versus the echo chamber, you see a very different light on the guy, and it's all because it was put in front of that. It's what spoon fed him, and we're not. The public is never gonna show this off because they know, oh crap, this puts Sean Penn in a bad light. Let's just make sure this doesn't get out there. So, and they had that to their end because all the major institutions back this particular ideology, so they will protect it at all costs, no matter what. Once again, ideology first before money. If they have to have something crash and burn, they will do it, even if it means protecting some dumbass like Sean Penn. That's how obsessed they are with this ideology.
Absolutely. Before we continue on, we got a horseman in the house, and we're going to take this opportunity for a short break. Show you guys the wonderful art of one of the fulfillment king in the independent comics community, Vinnieart.
Wow. No, that's an intro.
Jeez. That's an intro.
Damn.
Thanks, what's going on?
I just feel like I just got kicked open the door, and I got prostitutes jumping on top of me in the brothel. What's going on, fellas?
I saw a picture of you earlier at a protest. Oh, wait, up there.
There it is.
There it is. I see it.
What protest? What's going on?
Hold on, give me a second. There you are.
With the guy next to me, fine.
Vinny, you look so strong.
He looks stunning and brave.
He does. He really does.
If you stop washing your hands and stop using toilet paper, this will save lives.
Dr. Fauci, yes, you're killing us.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're killing yourselves. I didn't create AIDS. I did. Hey everybody.
It was me, Austin.
You all need to listen to our Lord Fauci. He knows what he is talking about. He is a brilliant man. Screw your freedoms. Get in the chopper. Get vaxxed over and over again. Fauci is coming for you this Christmas.
Fauci is God. Shut up. I'll kill you.
Patient Zero is Madonna. Have you seen her lately?
Oh, that was disturbing. You see her eyes in that.
Is that what happens when Sean Penn beats you?
Apparently so.
Overcooked the ZD.
But guess what? Robert Loggia beat Sean Penn.
Oh.
And then he beat his mom. And then I called him Billy.
God.
I said, "Drink your juice, Billy." Did you hear what Alex Jones said about him?
No.
He literally goes, I knew him in real life, and his character in Fast Times.
Oh,
Yeah, he's about 1 million times more retarded than that.
Hey, was that World Economic Forum video with Alex Jones? Was that legit? Did that really happen?
Which one?
So Klaus Schwab was giving a keynote speech to the World Economic Forum, and his video got hacked, and it was Alex Jones telling him to F himself.
I hope it was real.
God,
yeah, because they showed the crowd, and they were all freaked out. Yeah, they're like, "Oh my god!" People are like filming it.
They should have hacked. They should have hacked and then played that video of Biden whipping.
Oh yeah. Vinny, tell me what you've been up to in the last couple days, brother. Tell me about the book.
I'll be working real hard. Today I'll be finishing up the lettering on this book. I'm down to just the last couple of pages.
Yeah.
So, it's a beautiful thing. And again, if you guys love pirates, you love twists and turns, betrayal, action, adventure, you name it, mystery, this is definitely the book for you. I am the writer on this. I'm the artist. I'm wearing all hats on this project, and obviously the letterer as well. Much like City of Venus, this is all me. And I'm damn proud of this book. This is the beginning of a new series, another fantastic project, over 50 pages. And like I said, get ready, folks. This is campaign number 6 I'm about to deliver.
Woo! Dude,
in about what's it been, 3 years ish?
That is incredible, Vinny.
Man, Vinny, at the rate you're going, I'm gonna have to give you an exclusive cover.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Oh, he's in too.
Vin, how long has it been? How long did it take you to get from beginning this project to where you are now?
Oh, dude, it's been on and off because of again running 5 other campaigns. I was getting like the beginning stages of this down, and then I just got to a point where I'm like, I'm gonna pull the trigger on the campaign since I finished fulfilling the Through the Woods hardcover. I mean, it's in demand; people can still buy it. But when that was like the big bulk of those books went out, I'm like, I devoted all my attention to this project because I wanted to make sure people are really going to get an amazing, fantastic book. And like I said, this is it's another chapter in my universe of characters and comic books. Mela Art World is a connected universe. Some things are direct, other things are like Easter eggs, but you'll see it. If you keep on backing these projects, you'll eventually see how it connects and all that stuff. You don't have to get everything. You can enjoy each story for what they are. It's the way I kind of designed this all. But if you do though, you'll get extra cool stuff. So like I said, every page is painted like a cover. You know, I just went above and beyond. Thank you, Soul Assassin, man. I appreciate that.
Keely Chow, if you could share out a link for Shadow of the Kraken for me, I'd appreciate that, guys. Please back this project. Share it out on your social media and support one another. Thank you. Go ahead, Vin.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, no, like I said, we're working damn hard here. You know, we've seen a bunch of different campaigns. Bigger names are hurting the entire indie sphere right now because they're not delivering their books, or they're super late on them. You have a handful that are delivering them, and that's great. But the ones that everyone keeping their eyes on right now, they're years late on their projects. That's retarded. It's absolutely retarded. Over here,
How
we're
can
delivering.
you fight? How can you fight the system when you're using the same tactics that they are?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't bitch about the industry and then you do shit that's worse than them. At least Marvel and DC, they get their garbage out on time. It might be garbage, but at least they're getting it out on time. Over here, dude, I'm giving the highest caliber I could possibly do. Quality throughout. All my projects have been that way. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Tell you what, Vinny the other day showed a couple of us some of the pictures behind the scenes. I have never seen artwork like this before.
Yeah.
When it comes to comics, this is unmatched. Simply
He's a
unmatched.
one-man band.
And I used to be in music years and years ago. I was played sax pro for a while. And there's a point where you are able to, and if you got an ear for it, you can hear a person's heart come through the music. Looking at this, you can see his art coming through it. And I'm not blowing smoke, people. I'm really, really impressed with this.
You beautiful bastards. Thank you so much. I mean, seriously. They know how hard I work. Like, literally, I'm going to sleep at 3 o'clock every night. I'm making sure you guys are going to get the best possible books. You know, at Soul Assassin. No Sean Penn. No
Sean Penn.
Nope. I will boycott. I'll be nope. It's not happening. You know.
Hey guys, hail to the chat. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Please smash the like, share out the link, share out links for Tommy's channel. We're trying to get into 1,000 Shadow of the Kraken, if you would, and subscribe to all the wonderful people on this panel. Follow them on Twitter. Appreciate y'all. Brahma Bull, hail. Thank you for coming here today. Soul Assassin, just want to say hail to you. I hadn't had a chance to. I said, Narium, I was going to show your comment, but I can't get back up there, honey. But thank you for coming. Judah Khan, what's up, dude? Thank you for stopping by. Dude, Jack of all casuals, brother. Hail to you. Didn't get a chance to say that earlier. I really love seeing you in the chat, man. It's been a while. I appreciate all the support that you've done on my channel. Thank you guys very, very much. And if you
what's up to Brightest Day as well? What's up, Brightest Day?
Yeah,
what's up, brightest? Yes, absolutely, Brightest Day. Hail, dude. Please subscribe to our boy Science Fiction Audiobooks, Brightest Day. Zach is one of the best people we got in this community, man. We need to get him monetized. Don't let him fall. Don't let him fall. Don't let him give up. Keep supporting each other and keep supporting everybody. And your favorite 2 or 3 YouTubers out there, no matter big or small, support them because we don't have an industry. We have each other and we rise together. Hail, y'all. Thank you very much. Some support. Shadow of the Kraken.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, make sure jump all over Tommy's channel as well. Tommy's hilarious. We have awesome conversations over there. We're talking about toys, movies, games, you name it. Everyone here on panel. This whole panel is full of awesome, talented people. You know, hilarious guys too. People again, we're looking at what's going on in the industry and we're talking about it in a way that others, all they do is whine. We'll make fun of it, but then we give you something, a replacement, or if there is something that's good out there, you're going to hear it from us as well. We're not just going to go where, and give us super chats. No, that's not how it works. You know, we're exposing the scumbags. We're having fun. We're having a good time. And then, if they do it right, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it for sure.
And Keely Chow is still waiting for the Shadow of the Kraken porn parody.
We're all gonna eventually throw in.
I think the name is a parody in itself. I can't really see the name.
Can't
alone. The Kraken.
I think we're all just gonna chip in and buy Keely a hooker for his birthday this year. I think we should. I think it's well past due. We just chip in and set up a little birthday account for Keely. Like, here, Keely, we're gonna send you to the bunny ranch, bud. This one's on us.
He's out of line.
This one's on us.
But he's right.
I am. He needs it. He needs this.
Hail to my brother, Long Dong Lethal Lightning, my big dick brother from down under. Hail, brother. Hail, Transfat. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Did you clean his peen too?
I do. Listen, I do not need to tell Lethal how to take care. He knows. He understands. That is another Giga Chad. He's got it. He knows how to get it and how to deliver it. No stinky peen.
Hashtag Walton's Barnacle Peen.
I don't understand the barnacle thing.
Yeah, the barnacle Storian.
Yeah.
You're Barnacle Storian.
All right, so Barnacle Storian.
He's a motherfucker.
Penn then declared, I don't spend a lot of time texting the president or his staff while they're under siege and their people are being murdered. I'd probably send one message to the chief or staff. Here's what I'm looking to do, and I think I would be of value. You only have to answer me in one of two ways. Don't come or come. And do what you're planning or come. But here's where you could be more helpful.
Jesus,
Follow.
Sean.
Do not come.
Is he taking like a is he taking it from Kamala Harris? Do not come.
Yeah.
Do not come. I would love to see them put Kamala in a freaking porn movie because could you imagine her saying that? Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
But she'd have that insane cackle in between, like do not come.
Hey, Kamala, shut up. I'm gonna come. You're gonna like it. It's gonna be huge. You've never seen facials like this. These are the greatest facials you've ever taken. Ever. These facials are huge. Huge.
Oh God.
This is such a virtue signal, though. Like that, and excuse me for not remembering his name. That football player who left the NFL, signed
Colin
up for military
Kaepernick.
service,
Oh.
and
Pat Tillman.
he died.
Pat Tillman.
Yeah, he
Pat
wasn't
Tillman.
going
Friendly
around
fire.
doing interviews talking about how he wanted to go to the Middle East. He fucking nutted up and he went and did it. He didn't need the credit for it.
Dude, and he died like friendly fire, man.
Yeah.
That was a big tragedy.
Yeah. He gave everything and he didn't need to go
Literally.
on Access Hollywood or jump on anyone's freaking podcast, anything else. He just went and did it. So if you want to go over there, Sean Penn, go do it. Quit telling us, go do it.
Yep.
Well, he's telling you. But the thing is he's like, he's like, I'm not gonna text the president. It's like he's throwing his his cred out there. But maybe I text the chief of staff, and I'd tell him it could be this way or that way. Are you kidding me, bro? Like, how important do you think you are, especially with this conflict going on? That you would think you just have that kind of influence.
The whole war could be turned by Sean Penn. If he
Absolutely.
just shows up there as Rambo.
Sean Penn is Rambo. Ooh.
15 years ago,
That'd be a whole different type of ram.
Yeah, 15 years ago, he was saying the U.S. should be more like Venezuela. I mean, why is he even in the conversation?
Yeah.
Like, why are we
Back
running
to the
headlines
silence.
about this guy? Like,
That's where you literally pat Sean Penn on his head and be like, sit down, son. Grown folks are talking. Like,
I am Sam.
Yeah. You went full retard.
Never go full.
Well, it gets better. Asked by an outlet if he had hesitations regarding the return to the front lines, Penn noted, I'm never like a conflict zone journalist who stays months or years in a place that's really sketchy, and never someone who had no choice but to be there and live there. Nor am I a soldier. Statistically, I've never really taken any risks at all. Every time you open your mouth, brother, you're taking a risk.
I told you, retarded.
The only possible reason for me staying in Ukraine longer last time would have been for me to be holding a rifle, probably without body armor, because as a foreigner, you would want to give that body armor to one of the civilian fighters.
Oh my
He left
God.
because
Listen
he
to him.
he left because he thought he wouldn't get body armor in a desperate conflict where everybody's scrambling to fight. Like, it wouldn't matter if you pick up a gun and you're fighting in this cause. I think somebody's gonna, if they have it, they're gonna throw it to you. But that was his concern. That's why he fled on foot, was the body armor.
What a child.
Sean Penn sees like Zelensky throwing him a rifle like Mean Joe Green. Here, kid, have a Coke. That's like shit. He's like, Sean Penn, thanks, Zelensky. Catches the rifle, ends up shooting himself in the foot with it, bleeds out and dies.
Wow.
Have a Coke and a smile, Sean Penn, you fucking retard.
He arrived at the airport with his Oscar in his hand. And
Maybe this could help.
Soul Assassin said, Sean Penn just needs to show the Russians his movies. They'll surrender in a few hours.
He's the real life Simple Jack.
Toxic Man Flu channel member, thank you so much for keeping the lights on, brother. I appreciate you. $5 super chat says, Nick, check Twitter. I might have clipped that.
Oh, he clipped it. It felt good. Balls are fondled. Facial was given. Kamala liked it. It was the huge. Hail, the Fandom Menace. You are all huge and successful, making all that dough. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. If you forgot to check the bell, make sure you hit that shit.
Thank you, brother. Hail Toxic. And let's see. The last he doesn't stop saying dumb things. Hold on, it gets better. Where are they? Stop moving on me. So where I am in life is short of doing that. But if you've been in Ukraine, fighting has crossed your mind. And if you kind of think, what century is this? Because I was at a gas station in Brentwood the other day, and now I'm thinking about taking up arms against Russia. What the F is going on? He went home, got high, and was like, damn, that was a bitch move. And, he leveled out, he took whatever he needed to take, and he just realized that was a bitch move. So I went there and then I left, ran with the women and children. Brother, don't go. You don't want to be there. Penn admitted, I think we can be fascinated by conflict, but also intellectually very anti-war.
So he's a bitch, is what he's saying.
He's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
Does he look like a bitch?
Yes, yeah, but I ain't trying to fuck him like one.
It's if you've seen war, and I've seen a little bit of it, there's a rite of passage while you are in or near it that has to do with some basic questions you ask yourself. How would I react? So he's like, he's a bitch. Like that's bitch made moves. Well, I've seen it, and then I ran.
Yeah, I've seen it a little bit because I was in a couple of these movies and it was very warlike, and I had to ask myself the question, what would I do if I was there? I would beat feet the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah, no, it's the whole I'm not a soldier, but I played one on TV scenario.
Yep.
Dude, you don't know what war is. You don't know what it's like when you end somebody's life. Like those ghosts come back to haunt you at night. It's all quiet. Like
it's not even
messed
more
up from that.
It's the idea of the person right next to you that you're conversing with, that you're fighting with, all of a sudden gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hail to the chat out there.
Horrifying things. Sorry.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Chris. I mean to walk over you. Did we finish?
Slide it in.
Yeah.
My bad, brother. My bad. Thank you guys so much for being here. 36 people watching. Share the link. Smash that like for me. And please subscribe to Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. We're trying to get this man monetized. It's been way too long. We need to get him to 1,000 subs. Mods, if you can throw out links for his channel periodically, I would much appreciate that. Remember to back Shadow the Kraken, Sunsworn, and subscribe to all the awesome people on this panel. My link slingers out there. If you could go out and do your thing, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much for hanging out, y'all. What's up, Orville Nation? Good to see you, dude. PJ's going to be doing one of the authors' interviews coming up. We're gonna be taping it, or maybe if he can do it live. But we're gonna do that in a few weeks. Can't wait for that. This week there's no authors' interviews. I'm going to be on Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000. I promised him an interview, and it just happens to be the same day and the same time that I hold my show. So I said I'm going to cancel this week. I'm going to go do that show. So please check me out at the Real Review 3000. My buddy Chris Knight over there, known him for 3 years. Thank you so much. Storyman Jack is here. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Stories by Irish Sister. Thank you for coming back, man. Appreciate you. And everybody in the chat. What's up, Saggy? How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, she's already hitting on ETAP. This is...
Hey, girl. What up, girl? I know you miss me. It's okay. You can...
Hold on. I got you.
Look, no, it's okay. It's Saggy. It's just me and you, girl. Look, you come back. It's all right. You're always welcome home. You know where home is. It's all good, girl.
Oh,
come on, this Russian Jew, girl.
Yo, Toxic Man Flu Dude, thank you for coming through. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you, guys, every one of you. Whether you're able to super chat, whether you're a channel member, whether you're just coming through on the chat, sharing out the link. That is the best. That's the best gift you can give to me and any other independent creator, any live stream that you're watching. I'm telling you, just throwing that link out on your social media really helps us out. We support each other, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all are as much part of this show, a part of everything that we're doing and everything we're trying to build, from independent comics to YouTube channels to whatever it is that we're doing, novels. We really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for supporting our indie sphere. It's something that I love, and I appreciate all of you being here with us. Hail to y'all. PJ, dude, thank you for coming through. Let's finish out this article. I think there's more stupidity. It's Sean Penn, so it's like there's a lot.
He was just there for the photo op. That's it.
Yeah.
Sean Penn has one condition. It's called mental retardation syndrome. You look at him and he just fucking reeks of that. You're like, you smell retarded. You look retarded. You are fucking retarded.
He smells. He probably smells like He smells like macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
Sean
Like,
Penn,
that's-
you're fake news. Get out of here. You're fired. Shut up. I'll kill you.
So Sean continues on. He says, could I keep enough oxygen in my brain to make clear judgments?
Nope.
Obviously not. He hasn't been doing so far.
They ain't batting 500. Yeah. Are you?
This is why you need to say no to drugs.
Yes. Yeah. Just say no. Yeah. Are you going to be damaged by being in a war, emotionally or psychologically? I'm damaged just reading your quotes, dude.
Well, I think they would have to apply that he has something in there to damage psychologically.
Yeah.
So I would say the answer is no.
Because there is always a cost to you or your loved ones. I think that there's a certain part of my own pursuits that is influenced by those questions that on some level demand answering. And so yeah, I think it would be just not honest if I said I wasn't a part of it. Part of what?
I could see him going over there, sustaining a paper cut, and then talk about it's a war injury and have to go home.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
You don't understand the horrors of war. I was in the office. I cut myself on a paper. It got infected, and then I had to get Z-Packs on it, and they were painful. And then I stubbed my toe. You never seen such horror. I don't ever want to think about it again.
That poor guy.
All to the tune of the Adagio and strings.
Oh, all right, Tommy. All right, whatever. I'll show it. Real quick, though. Mr. Tickle Trunk for Canadian $5. Channel member, thank you so much for keeping the lights on. Why do people call Elon Musk the world's richest man? Here's the phone. It's the entire upper crust of Saudi Arabia, and they want to correct the record. Jeez. What do you got? I mean, we're gonna look at some of the tweets of people freaking out on the internet about this because it's been eventful. It's been eventful.
It's been glorious
It has.
watching the meltdown.
It's just, man. Anybody have anything to add to Mr. Tickle Trunk's very very astute observation? Mike,
I don't understand it, so I got nothing here.
well, I mean, he's talking.
Maybe
about
I'm missing something.
one of the Saudi Arabian princes was Etep. Remember that stuff? He was coming out against Elon
One of my people.
buying it. Yeah,
That are you talking about? The Saudi Arabia guy came out yesterday. Well, it turns out I posted earlier today. Turns out he's not one of the shareholders anymore. So that was literal fake news.
Yeah.
Again, as if the fake news can't stop. It still happens. He's not even a shareholder. He's not a shareholder.
No, and those sons of bitches, they're trying to do a criminal investigation against Elon Musk now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Fuck it. Let him.
I'm trying to get from the Saturday Roast Walton streams, but Tommy is an asshole. And somebody kept trying to call out the big wheel in the chat. So, hey, okay, here you go. This is for you.
There you go, Gap Stargate. You called for it and you got it. The guinea pig delivers.
You know what, man? I just see. You remember that movie, the Boy Who Could Fly, with, was it Kirk Cameron? Remember that shit with was it Corey Feldman riding the big wheelies playing with the G.I. Joes, running from the kids on the block? That's like Walton running from the kids on the block, riding a big wheel, trying to bend a corner and not tip over.
I'm scraping the
I just picture Walton as Corey Feldman from The Boy Who Can Fly now. That's it.
Tommy,
you
heard Pete. You heard Etep. He said now you got to get the new kids on the block in the background somewhere.
Working on it.
Tom, why is my head that big? Why couldn't you find what couldn't you be
I'd say that head to body ratio is probably proportionate.
Motherfucker.
I never heard of any man wanting a smaller head, but yet here I am.
He looks like my Wee. Look, he's like built like my Weezy Jefferson Funko Pop.
George, I can't breathe.
Little ass Weezy.
Mr. Tickle Truck for another $2. Thank you so much. Sean Penn smells of chocolate milk and crayons.
George, there's too much fentanyl in my oatmeal, George.
Peter, get your knee off my neck. I can't breathe.
Oh no!
Joe, these tactics aren't legal.
What had happened?
This van is racist, Joe.
Talking about Elon Musk, somebody I haven't even had a chance to talk about in a while. Data Racer 117. Data Racer collected a bunch of tweets for him. Let me make this a little larger. Red opportunity to fucking talk shit.
That's what she said.
Oh, thank you.
I missed that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, here we go. Freaking out over Elon Musk buying Twitter. They're calling it a Nazi takeover, a danger to trans people, and believe it might start World War III.
I didn't realize Elon Musk has also got nuclear weapons apparently in those Teslas. Wow.
Elon, the greatest African on earth.
Yeah.
He sabotaged all the cars. There's a secret button in there. They're all nuclear weapons.
All right,
Take that, you snobs that bought Teslas. Ha ha.
Well, let's take a look at some of these comments out there in the inner space. I don't want to leave Twitter, but it seems a given that if Musk buys it, it will become increasingly uninhabitable for trans people, and lots of other people. Why? What has he ever said or done that has been anti-trans? I mean, I probably said more things. Don't hurt the dick. Never hurt the dick. Sorry.
These are just defaults. Like we already know the NPC script. That's why they're called NPCs, because like there's a go-to like accusation for these things. They're Yahtzees. They're against trans or against whatever, and all this stuff. And the thing is what this is all about is they're obviously what worked in 2020 with the election. Engineering people. Sabotaging the opposition and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do that again. And when you have somebody like Elon Musk come in. Yeah, you have somebody like Elon Musk that came in and just disrupted that. They can't have that. They can't suffer somebody that's going to disrupt their ability to push this propaganda.
Yeah, and here's the thing though. There's so many possibilities that can be of an outcome with the Musk Twitter thing. You remember when I said earlier about the whole Parler and Amazon thing? We can't forget, when I say ideology comes first, I have to emphasize ideology comes first, because let's just say Musk does buy off Twitter. Who's to put it past Google and Android and say, okay, shit, he did this. Now let's remove the app from our stores, because we don't want that on our stores, because let's not forget they did it to Parler, and they don't put it past them to do that. The NPC will say if they are told Twitter is no longer the public square, Twitter is no longer considered legitimate, Twitter is no longer considered the perceived perception of the place to be for your sources, they're going to follow without question. And that's, once again, this is why I'm kind of skeptical of it even happening. Like it sounds great in theory, but sometimes the cure can also enhance the disease. And I once again, I hope I'm wrong, and maybe I think the real answer is he's got to do something about taking over Google or Android. Because here's the thing: if he takes over Google or Android, he takes one of them. The other companies are like, "Oh fuck!" Either I sink or I go with them. Because and that's where you really test out the ideology, is take over Google or Android. I don't know if Musk has that much money. I don't know how much Google or Android costs, but I feel like that's where it really happens, because they're the ones who control whether you can have that app on there. I think that's where we gotta really find out how deep this goes, because these connections, whether it's China, Saudi Arabia, any politician, I want to see, even if Twitter goes down flames, what we need to see is how their algorithm works. We need open sources to how their system functions. Let Twitter die for all I care. We can always all unite and jump onto a platform, shout out to Gilded. Well, I want to see how their system operates. Let's expose it before the ship sinks. Let this shit go the way of Titanic, but if it's going to go down the way of Jack and Rose does, and rightfully so, I want to see how it all operates before the shit sinks.
Steven Saucedo, Old School Filming, again, game reviews, long time friend of the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe to him. Gave you a wrench, brother. Share out link for your channel. I know I see a few people I watch in some tech podcasts that are afraid that that are afraid. The afraid, and I'm like, why? Because of course they're afraid of losing control and the fact that Elon will do things his way and our way. I mean, well, you're right. They have a certain club. There's a club of people that regurgitate the false narrative. That makes your white man bad. You are a toxic 40-year-old man, baby, living in your mother's basement, racist, sexist, blah blah blah. Like the whole narrative. There's a certain group that will keep recycling that. Just keep recycling that. And I don't believe that Elon is one of those.
Well, I mean, make no mistake. Elon isn't a conservative. He's not a right winger.
He's not. He leads probably traditionally left.
He's probably like me.
What they're afraid of, though, is losing a player piece on their propaganda board. This is like a game of Risk, and this is a play piece. This is a very powerful play piece. You control the narrative. There's old people who are just watching the news and think that everything that comes out of CNN and ABC and NBC and MSNBC, all that stuff is true. That's why we got a geriatric in the White House that shits his pants. Because everything that any opposition to their narrative was struck down with silence. That's what they're afraid of, is that they won't be able to silence that.
Guys, there is Maria with T and Tilly, one of the up-and-coming creators in our community. Great channel. Wonderful person to have on a panel. Please subscribe to her. PJ threw you a wrench, dude. I don't even know why you didn't have one. PJ, if you could throw out a link for her channel, I'd appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Hail, sister. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and thank you for saying hi to everybody on the panel. Let's see. Elon Musk buying Twitter is the end of the world, basically. He'll amplify every extremist right-wing Nazi he can find.
Oh, my God.
What do you think? Go ahead, bro.
Like, what? I just these people, and I hate to bring it down to like the lowest common denominator, but these are the people that have never been punched in the face before. Like they are. They've never been punched in the face. They've never had their ass beaten. They don't know what it's like. If you're that removed from reality that you think a social media platform dictates the happiness of your life, like the course of your life, then by God, you're one of those lemmings that deserves to go over the edge of the cliff. You truly do. Yeah. And I being a realist, it's people like that, like on both sides, that are just so tribalistic that they can't look at both sides of an issue and analyze it. And I have, I'm basically, I would say, a libertarian, but I have leanings on both sides that align with just common sense and personal liberties and things of the like, because that to me is being informed. I don't want to be tribalistic, and it's easy to get caught up in that nowadays. But this is asininity.
Etep, wouldn't you say a lot of these people that are so invested at this point that they actually can't turn around and judge this stuff for the merit of what's being presented now at this point? They have to run with the narrative?
Yeah,
well, they have to. They're so entrenched in their position that to admit that they were wrong the whole time is akin to just self-character assassination. Because it undermines everything that they believe in, and they're that invested in it, because even if they're smart enough in some cases and have the cognitive, reasoning to know, the self-awareness to know that they're wrong, there's some of them that do step across that line and correct it and say, hey, look, that's why you see some of the, I say some of these politicians flipping sides, but that might not be the best example because most of them are bought and paid for anyway, pretty much all. To be fair. So, but these people are just sycophants. I mean, literal, NPCs.
Some of it has to do with their identity is their beliefs and vice versa. And to change those belief systems, they would be left out completely lost without the coping mechanisms, because they've always been given a participation trophy for just being in the room. And without the coping mechanisms and without the support group, they're lost and they don't know how to recover from it. This is terrifying to them.
No, it absolutely is, because their whole basis for everything they do is to make you apologize and to make you kneel down to their way of thinking. And when you don't do that and you make them look like fools, they just don't know how to cope with that. Like we were saying, they're so entrenched, they're so invested in this shit, they can't back down at this point.
No, they can't. The thing is, to them, when they get submission, that's their default. They expect you to submit because they know if they put you in a corner, putting a very let's just say a hard label on your name. They expect you to defend yourself from that name 9 to 9.5 times out of 10. That's exactly what they want. And when you do that, you are playing their game exactly.
Yep.
And I've told people, stop playing their game. Don't do that shit, because that's exactly what they crave, is for you to defend yourself. They want you to say, I'm not an ist or a full racism. Look at me. I have this. I have that. They don't care. You've already lost when you're doing that. I don't care when people call me those things. Why? Because as bad as those labels may be, I know I'm not those things. I don't need to worry about, defending myself, because that's how confident I am in my position, my personal conviction. I welcome that. If they want to make those accusations for me, they can outline to me from point A to point B how they reach to their conclusion about me. And 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, they can't do it, no matter how much I try. If anything, that's when they start to retract a little bit and try to back away from the position, backtrack, because then they don't expect you to do that. They expect that you're just gonna, try to guilt your way out of it. I'm just like, no, dude, I'm not guilty. Fuck it. You made this position for me. Show me how it's true, and then we can have a conversation. They don't, and now they will do whatever it takes to backtrack off it. It's kind of like when you post something on like a Facebook or a Twitter, and you say something, and they try to derail what you're saying by making it about something else. And when you respond to what they're saying, once again, they've won again. You literally have to say, bro, that's not what I'm talking about. Why don't you answer off what I'm saying rather than what you want me to talk about? And once again, they lose their mind.
Nick,
they hate that.
Nick, there is a way to do that, and I've done with a few of the Twitter trolls. One of the things in particular was over the whole stupid Eminem thing. Somebody took a comment I said, and they ran with another narrative all their own, and I sat there for 3 days until I beat every last one of them into submission. Why? Number one, I got nothing better to do with my time outside of what I'm doing for the channel, so I was having fun with them. But in the end, I made them all look like fools, and they all ran out of that damn thread. There is a way to beat these people down if you have the time to do it.
There is. Tommy, I had issues with I don't know if you ever heard this band. They're called Lamb of God. I had issues with their guitarist, Mark Morton. He was talking about how divorce is, because he posted some article about divorce being successful, and I gave him shit for it. And then he tried to guilt trip me, saying, "Oh, you don't know me, you've never met me," which is actually not true. I mean, when I was much, much, much younger, got an autograph. He said, "You never met me and my wife," and he was trying to be like, ha 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 ha. And then I was just like, dude, Johnny Depp guy's finger cut off from Amber Heard. That ended in a divorce. And I don't know them, but if you can show me where that divorce was enjoyable, you're welcome to prove it. And he responded to everyone else but me after that. These people don't, rather than apologize, they just pretend you don't exist after that point. Like, even it shows you a guy like that in a big metal band. These guys are fucking morons with this. And here's the funny part. This guy went to college in my city, Chicago. He went to Loyola. And it shows you, even these guys with paper attached to their name, they may be an expert at something. Sure, I'm not going to put it past him. Maybe he is. But just because you're an expert at one thing doesn't mean you're an expert at life. And he clearly tried to use his name and say, okay, well, I'm this guy from this big band. Everyone's just going to believe me. He didn't want someone to challenge his position. And what happens when someone challenged him? He talks around everyone but him. And the same thing happened again a week later. I challenged his position again. He stops responding to me, talks to everyone else around him that's doing the freak out. These guys see what we're saying. They're just going to pretend that they don't. They're going to pretend that they don't. So, yeah, Lamb of God, Mark Morton, he's bitch made.
And some of them just run a script because they can't think for themselves, you know? Real before we get back into this, Tony brought something up for me. Tony Tone Deaf, what are we looking at, brother?
So, I mean, this just goes back to what we were talking about a little while ago, how Twitter isn't a company that's existence is over being financially successful. It just shows that they're, it's to control public opinion. But this is just kind of showing the Twitter board and the percentage of Twitter they actually own. And I think it's funny, like Elon Musk owns like over 10 times more than most of these people, and then they want to offer him a spot on the board. And when I was hearing 9% too, I'm like, they kept saying the largest percentage of outsider stock, so you just kind of think, these people have control over most of it, and it just kind of shows, like
that's why they're scared.
Yeah,
right,
of course. Yeah,
cabal.
and
Outside
like,
of the cabal.
Yeah, like Elon says, it just kind of shows their economic interests are simply not aligned with the shareholders because they barely are shareholders.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and he must have known that. I mean, it's perfect because he shook all of Twitter. Shook, and they're scrambling. They don't know what to do. Like Jack Dorsey, when he stepped away, it kind of just became an open range. And then the guy that took over.
Oh, Parag Agrawal.
Yeah. He's a nightmare.
Well, here's what's interesting about Dorsey is, like, he put out later on, this is, of course, after the damage was done, because, of course, that's how it always happens. Jack Dorsey said he had actually talked about, and I'm glad you highlighted this comment. That's why I mentioned it. Dorsey wanted to do like I guess you could say like a Wild West version of Twitter, but once again, because you open these things through Apple and Android, they shut it down. They didn't want that shit. They did not want that. And Dorsey, like, I wish he had said that then, so we could have at least all known and actually got behind that. I don't know why he waited until the damage was done, but that's what he wanted. Because when he was put on the pedestal on Joe Rogan up against Tim Pool made him look like a fool. And you can say what you will about Tim, I don't care. That's neither here nor there. In that specific instance, Tim, just a guy in a beanie hat who runs a podcast, put the guy who owns Twitter in his place, and then some. And that at that time, that should have sounded all the alarms, because you see what this regular guy is on a microphone versus a guy who owns a big tech industry. One is super smarter than the other. It's not who you think it is. You think when you look at the surface, you think, okay, Jack Dorsey must be smart. He's the guy who owns this big tech thing. But then when you actually watch it play out, you're like, holy shit, this should have been the other way around. It should have been the other way around. And of course, Tim also comes from the same area I did, Chicago. He comes from humble beginnings as well. He understands that reality from what he has now to what he had then. He still talks about it even now to this day. He talks about where he came from. He hasn't forgotten where he's come from.
Right.
And this Dorsey, I don't know. I would like to know when Dorsey decided I should do something extended of what I do. I would like to know what sounded the alarm in his head to do that, because he had to have branched out of his bubble a little bit. He had to have. I don't know how or why or when or where, but for him to even consider that and then to get shot down by Google Android, or maybe it could have even been recent when he saw people that he advocated for get censored too. Dorsey is now seeing the effects of what happens when censorship works against him now. And sadly, the damage is too late. And we're even seeing the Babylon Bee, a freaking satirical website based solely on humor and comedy that's sadly looking more and more like real life, but that's the subject for another day. We're seeing what happens when they get hit too. And Elon's just like, all right, I guess this is stupid. I need to do something about this. Now let's just hope this goes all the way to the courts, because this has to go to the courts and not just a settlement. This needs to go through to the end the way Depp and Heard is going to the end.
Yeah, and we should have been doing something about all this when they were banning Milo Yiannopoulos and Alex Jones.
We should have.
We all knew it was going to lead to this.
Well, that's what happens when you got people in the opposition who basically just go, as Eric July likes to say, go the speed limit this. They kind of look at the opposition and say, oh no, this is bad, please don't do it. But then they move their hand away and then be like, oh, okay, you can go now. We just want to say we did the minimum. That's all they're doing. They're doing the stop and go to act like, hey, look, guys, we did something about it, but they got their way anyway. They do their minimum.
Of course, dude. Yeah. Well, All this shit. That's all this is. All these people saying they're going to leave. They're going to be attacking trans people. This and that. This is all the fear because Orange Man will come back on. Jones will come back on. People that have a voice to fight. They don't want that. They want to keep their narrative. Jack Dorsey's another guy. He's so two-faced on top of it. He said these other things after he left, but then while he's gone, he did something else that was like extremely bad on the left side. And it's like these people, they have no face. They're all nut jobs. They've been paid to do what the hell they were doing. They're part of the problem through and through. So as someone who's going to fight against it, automatically we have to cancel them. They have to be embarrassed, or you make them disappear altogether. That's not going to happen with one of the richest men in the world. Sorry, guys. Worth
I mean, they did it to Trump.
Yeah. Well, again, this guy is like what? He's a super genius who's also autistic. So he has two components that just says "fuck you" to all of them, and he's going to do his own thing. So.
Well, I think a lot of times they do this stupid shit, and they're kind of hoping that it's going to be like everything else. Like people are just going to forget it, the simple, out of sight, out of mind thing. And for the most part, a lot of people are like that. If it's not being thrown right in their face every day, they're going to forget about it. That short-term memory thing kicks in. And I think that's why they do a lot of this dumb shit without even any thought of the repercussions, because they just assume that it's just going to disappear. And what they haven't realized that a lot of us have picked up on that game. And we're keeping the receipts and throwing it back in their faces because we're just tired of it.
Yeah. I think Outlaw, I got a question for you, buddy. How would you answer this? If Elon Musk successfully purchases Twitter, it could result in World War III and the destruction of our planet.
Sometimes I had a friend of mine years ago, and I don't know where he picked it up, but I thought it was some of the wisest words I ever said, or anyone had ever said. It says, never underestimate the stupidity of the masses.
Oh, yeah.
This guy has bought front row seat to that stupidity parade.
Yeah. You know what? And that's perfectly said in most of the outros.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show. And when you're born in America, you're given a front row seat.
Welcome to the freak show, guys.
But can you imagine what George Carlin would say today? Like if he
would be a far left extremist to get beat up, is the way that they would come at him. But I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I was just like the way he looked at things. Like, can you imagine him looking at the shit that's going on now? Like, yeah. So this dude is 6'2", 235 pounds. But he's a woman. Hey,
That's
look, we have a Supreme Court justice nominee who refused to define what a woman is because she said she wasn't a biologist. We have a war, a quote unquote war of attrition in Ukraine that we need not have any involvement in yet. We're pressured by a social media platform that we should support one side, which is actually the thing that side pretends to abhor. It makes no sense. None of this makes sense. And George Carlin's head would probably explode like that dude in Scanners.
And he was a lefty, and he today would be called far right. They would be like, "Oh, you're a Nazi."
Absolutely.
And shit to him,
he'd be like that Bill Maher guy right now. He'd have his points where he'd agree with them on, and then he would rip them to shreds though. On the shit that he knows they're doing wrong, and then you're right. Then he would be labeled an extremist.
Well, I'll tell you what, E-Tip, there's one thing you did miss. Even though that Supreme Court nominee, even though she wasn't a biologist, she was a botanist because she was a plant.
You know whose take I would really like to hear, though, would be Don Rickles, Mr. Warmth himself. I would love to hear Don Rickles talk about all this current stuff. That would be phenomenal to hear.
Would destroy it. He'd tear it apart.
Absolutely.
A lot of this stuff, though, came because they played on people's tolerance. And I think Gen X was the last one, my generation, where when someone would say, well, that's intolerant, we were actually embarrassed to think so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's grown in such a way that anytime social norm, what is decent, things that are actually proper for a human being get challenged, they say that somehow you're out of line and intolerant. Well, I'm tired of being called that. The days of being tolerant for the absurd is over. And these people here are the epitome of the absurdity. They're visions of everything that what a civil society should not have.
Right.
And our tolerance, at least I hope for the rest of us, and I know with this group, the way we're building things, it's done. It's over. And their days are numbered, and they're feeling it. That's what this panic is about.
Absolutely, Dagger. I know you got to cut out, brother. Is there anything you want to advertise before you have to leave?
I'm almost ready to advertise. All I got to do is hit the big red button. My book, hardcover, first one. They're going to come out in rapid succession. Kindle has got them, and so I can't tell you exactly when because I'm working on some promo stuff. But not before second edition of the book Evolution in hardback, redone, revamped, and far better is coming out soon. And then the Blood Witch, and then the whole both universes are going to start coming out in maybe a year and a half. It's all set. So get ready for more exciting things for you people to enjoy instead of listening to people destroy your old fandoms and watching people piss all over the things that you used to love simply because they can. No more. Sorry. I'm throwing this out for the world to actually have something better, just like everyone else on the panel.
Hail to that, God, man. Another independent creator in the community, a writer, novelist, a Dega outlaw. Dude, let us know when that's dropping. I'm going to promote the shit out of it. I want to have you back, man. Every Saturday. Just come on back, dude, okay?
Very soon. Catch you all later.
All right, brother.
Have a great one, brother.
Later, bro.
Have a good night.
Be well, Dega.
Red Gaze. Would you respond to this one? I'm not really worried about the racist white man buying this dumb platform because all the racist white man wants to do with it is make it easier for his friends to be racist, which like they already are all the time. And I make fun of them and they block me. So whatever.
Oh, all the time, huh?
All the time.
Yeah. This brings me back to that whole thing where we suddenly had, this roving bands of white supremacists all over the countryside just overnight.
Yep.
Right.
Apparently they exist on Twitter as well, and just nobody sees them except for these few people who only see them in their dreams. I don't know. I don't know where all this kill whitey stuff came from all of a sudden, but I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of white guys here that don't exactly run around just being racist all the time. So there's a lot of white guys in the chat that don't just run around being racist all the time. Most people aren't racist. Most people just try to live their lives and want to be left alone. But it's people like this, these mental fruit pies that just won't allow that. Like these are the type of people who are pushing to bring segregation back. You know, like it's some kind of good thing. Yeah, man. Like I don't know what to say to this kind of shit anymore, other than things that I can't say on YouTube. Like there's really things that I want to say to these people that we're not allowed to anymore. That used to be very common in video game chats. I'll just say that.
Red, you know what? There's one thing I do think you're missing. I don't know if you've looked outside the doors recently, but it's like the forever purge out there with all the white people, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody here has had to have seen it at some point.
well, here's the thing. How did Obama get voted twice if the majority of this country is ethnically white? It's over 60%.
Right.
So
but
wouldn't they have been like, I don't want a black man in because I'm a racist? Like that doesn't make sense.
But then how did Biden get a bigger percentage of the black vote than the first black president of the United States? Dun.
Yeah. Corn pop. That's all I got to say. Corn pop.
Yeah. You ain't black. You ain't black.
I wonder
Nick,
what voting would have looked like for Obama.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, Nick, from what I've heard, Rogan Jones, Sargon Akkad, and Count Dankula are all really nice, warm guys.
That's probably true, though. Here's the thing. I actually believe that. I bet if Alex Jones and I got together, just him and I, mano a mano, no cameras, just him and I, no glamour.
We have adorable babies.
I want cameras for that.
Those babies, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the second coming of Lemmy. That'd be awesome.
These babies would be like against like the globalists, and these babies would be huge. And then it looked like me with the stashing lemmy.
It's not just the frogs that are gay.
Not just the frogs that are gay. It's me too. It's true. I come out of the closet every day for the Jones. It's true. I Jonas for the Jones.
Infowars.com. We have the recipe. We know how to make it happen.
Let's see. Chris Fisk. Elon Musk wants to run Twitter like he runs Tesla. Privatize right-wing libertarian free speech at Thunderdome, where black and brown employees are called racial slurs so often they've thrown into segregated jobs so systematically that the state of California is suing them. Any words on that, Chris?
Yeah, is that true? Because I'd like to see the receipts. I mean, like
they don't need receipts.
They call him a right. Was it a right winger? He's not right wing. He's a left winger.
Yeah.
Well, not only that,
didn't
he already move most of his production out of California?
Yeah, yeah, he moved out of California because the state is killing every business. Like, basically, it's like a cancerous tumor that has metastasized, and they've moved over to Austin, Texas, and it becomes SoCal 2.0. I mean, the whole West Coast is a turd right now. I mean, you could get the app for it to show you. I mean, I lived in California. I've watched as these policies destroyed this place. I've seen crime go through the roof. These little protective, isolated enclaves where all the rich live, and then outside of there, it looks like a shithole. It looks like something out of like South Central, yo. Like they destroyed this country. Like you vote blue, and it's going to hell.
I'm so disappointed. You know? I thought for sure you're going to say it looked like something out of Escape from New York.
Who's the bad man now?
I love that movie. Escape from New York is such a, and Kurt Russell was always one of the good guys too. On top of it, he's always been one of the good guys.
Hell yeah!
They could shoot sequels to that right now in either Flint or Detroit.
Yeah,
in parts if they really wanted to. Oh,
come on,
why not?
Yes, Tesla. I guess Tesla's right wing, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yeah, he's not right wing. He's alt right. Gotta get it right, alt right. Because
my left
he had a 99.8 sane position, but the minute he stepped out of line with that 0.2%, he's alt right now. He's all right.
Yeah, he was the hero of the lefties like 2 months ago for the stupid Teslas and the eco-friendly cars and shit.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's a right wing. It's just like with Trump. Trump isn't a hardcore conservative. And
no,
now
he's
like,
not. He's actually very Democrat in many ways.
Yeah.
Like,
you remember the photos with like Jesse Jackson and stuff?
Yeah.
How did he go from that to like?
Dude,
he has his conservative policies, but he's also very Democratic. Like he's an environmentalist. He's been very open about it. He's not like John Kerry lunatic about it, but he's openly like, you know, I want clean water, which I can agree on. I want clean water too. What the fuck is wrong with that? So he's definitely got his left leaning positions. The thing is, he's just not part of the club. This is why the whole label of right left does not matter. Like are you part of the club or are you not? And that's why they hate guys like him. That's why they hate guys like even Ron DeSantis. Like they hate him because he's not part. They're not part of the club, and they're seeing these guys. They're worried that these guys get successful at what they do. More will eventually fall because most conservatives, most right wingers, they don't have a backbone. And to be very, very, very honest, most of them are wusses, and that's sad because there are some good ideas there. There are, but because most of them are wusses and they're afraid of having isophobisms attached to their name, they worry about having that stuck with their name or anything. Oh, fuck that! I know it's not true. Just shit all over them figuratively, unless you really want to do it literally. That's your prerogative. But they don't dish back. They lack the spine. They lack the backbone. That is why this DeSantis situation is so fascinating, because he's doing something that we have not seen a lot. We just seen, once again, as I said earlier, please don't do this. That's bad. You better play nice. Oh, okay, you can go now. That's what all the rest of them do. DeSantis is an exception. And in some ways, DeSantis is getting things in some ways better than Trump, because he's got a lot of the America First leanings that he comes off with, but he doesn't have, I guess you could say, the unhinged moments that Donald Trump has.
Etep, go ahead, buddy.
What? No,
you were saying something. Okay. Mr. Tickle Trunk for paying $2. Channel member says they call Elon love is the answer, Musk. Oh, man, thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for showing up. Guys, please Share out links for not only this this show. Thank you very much for being here. Smash that like, but also for Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Miles, could you throw another link out there? Link is in the description below, and share that on your social media for me. We're trying to get Tommy to 1,000 subs. Let's make this happen. Also, for all these wonderful creators that we have here, we got Infantile Chronicles with Shadow of the Kraken, Sunsworn. We got some great things happening. Good channels, 32 Flavors and Nick Weiser. Please subscribe to the Clown World Review. Tony Tone Deaf, one of our brothers, and love having him here. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I figured we'd do an outro by laughing a little bit. I don't know. I found this, and I figured let's laugh at some dumb shit. These are people.
This is the embodiment of fuck me, I'll do what you tell me.
Govern me harder, Daddy.
I mentioned that to my damn kids at school the other day. I was talking to a group of like my 6th graders, and I was like, yeah, kid. I was like, what you don't want to be, whatever you grow up and however you end up leaning politically is just don't be one of those govern me harder daddy type people. And they gotta look to me like, well, I'm like, you'll figure it out, just trust me, you don't want to be that person. That's why I teach it. That's why I'm at a private school.
Yeah. Well, you think this will be a regret later in life?
Oh, never I think this will be a regret. This was instant regret.
He looks pretty proud right there, dude.
Nah. Yeah, when he posts that shit up, yeah, he's dead inside.
Yeah.
There's space on his forehead. He could write Twitter on there.
There's a divot. My man got a divot in his head.
Yeah, he's got one of those bagel things.
That's probably why he got that tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah, that's quite a divot. Good lord.
Yeah, remember in Korea there? They have the bagel forehead.
Bagel.
I don't know. I think you all got it wrong. I think that this man lost a bet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about this guy, Tommy? What do you think of this one? Never, don't give up.
I would say that whoever wrote this out for the tattoo artist probably has the same language skills as Scotty.
Slightly superior.
This guy was
better.
He must have got his tattoo in Ukraine.
Never don't give up, comrade. It's going to look great on your arm. Be great tattoo. Look, never don't give up. He's American, like rhubarb pie, huh, comrade? You know
this
what I'm talking about.
Arm.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. What about this one, guys? You think it's a good one?
Holy
Jesus.
Wow, Napoleon Dynamite drew that. That's a long time.
Kill it with fire.
We have some artists. We have at least an artist.
That was done with. That's a big pen. That's not ink.
I sure hope so.
Right.
It's not a real tattoo.
All right.
I don't know. See, the back of the neck is all red where it would look like it got hit.
Kind of looks like
red up there.
Kind of looks like Butthead with leukemia.
Brandon?
Beavis already died. Like Butthead says.
Yeah, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Brie Larson partial shave when she was getting transformed from a Sasquatch into a person.
Nah. Look at that hairline. That's Trayvon Martin.
Next up is clearly I have made some bad decisions.
Oh shit! I bet you the boys in jail love that one.
Yeah, no shit. That's look like seriously. That tattoo just screams like "fuck me in the ass." Like
Yep.
I looked at that like you might as well just put on your ass exit only. No breaking and entering at this rate.
No, that's giving the top something to read while he's plowing him. It's disgusting.
I need reading material while I fuck you. Oh, clearly I made some bad decisions. Well, yeah, that's why I'm fucking you. That's why I'm fucking you.
Yeah.
Oh man, no more grunting to shit.
Well, if that's on his back for them to read, what does the rest look like? That's what you really got to worry about.
Let's see. No, that's a wedding going wrong. Here we go. Only God will juice me.
Whoa!
Oh Jesus!
That's a lot of cum.
Is that Lena Dunham?
Oh! She's like eating on the toilet.
I think
I thought it was Elliot Page.
Oh, shit.
Leave Ellen out of this. She was great in Trailer Park Boys as Leahy's daughter.
Oh God.
Oh yeah! Holy crap!
Yep.
Oh.
How did that happen?
Oh, he came in from the top and fell down.
Yeah, same thing happened to Danny DeVito on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philly.
He can get out.
Sir, we're going to have to euthanize you.
Oh, that
Trust me, we're doing everyone a favor when we do this.
And leave the body there.
Hans, double tap him. Just double tap him. Yes, mein Führer.
Someone put a balloon there. Hurry! I need to poop.
Oh, Maria, thank you so much. $2 super chat because I couldn't send a taco. Well, I appreciate that. I enjoy all kinds of tacos, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Neil.
Excellent.
Darius,
you want my taco flavored kisses?
Darius Mooch has a $4 super sticker. Thank you so much. And that's from Coffee. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. And following that up with some poop from Mr. Chicken Trunks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Seems about right.
You know, you guys just don't let anything die, do you, out there?
And shit rolls downhill, and Walton's down there at the bottom. You know, he's like, what, 3'7", so.
Well, I'm a short one.
Why do you think he's been yelling for years for people to clean their asses?
What type of daddy issues does this have on it, stamped on it?
Oh, man.
That's loyalty. Somebody owns that ass.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a runaway that needed to be branded. I mean, that's disgusting. Why would you put that on your face?
I don't know.
She loyal to her daddy.
Yeah, she loyal to her daddy. Yeah, that's what that is.
She's the bottom bitch in the stable. I'll guarantee that. This one right here. This her birth name is Alexis. She was born looking like a Buick. You know, I mean, wide body, all, you know, bent frame. 3 hubcaps missing. This is that car you see on the lot for 25.99% finance. That's worth $1,000 and you're paying $15. This is loyalty right here.
I think I know what happened. Her pimp had that written backwards on his hand, and he just slapped her so hard it stuck.
Damn.
Yeah, can you see the redness there from the irritation?
Yeah, that's from the baby powder.
No, it's from the head.
That's the gonosyphic. That's the gonosyphic cripplosis setting in. I'm not a. She might need some penicillin.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of line. But he's right.
Thank you for the super sticker. Got a hot trust the signs, bro. Thank you for the super sticker. And the trees, man. Much appreciate you. Oh God. I guess we're gonna have to stop here soon to go and guys go check out Sporking New Podcast, The Dump, over there. If you can stomach him, he's got good people on his panel. He's not very entertaining, but he's got a couple good people on there that are. So go check that out if you would. Well, that's a savage selfie. That's look at the man bun.
Fucking soy.
Yep.
He can't even lean. He can't even lean.
Was it one of those? Like as he fell.
Oh, you know.
Oh yeah.
Is that an offer? I see. It looks like he's kind of holding on there with one foot. So is that actually an offer for the selfie? And those guys are like, okay, you know, like what do you think? Is that a backhole advertisement, Red?
All eyes on my channel.
Well, I'm not sure it was an offer, but they're definitely thinking about it, whether it was offered up or not. It looks like an accident that's about to go much, much more wrong.
Darius is trying to spell that word you said.
Gonosyphic it's gonosyphic.
I'm telling you, the only thing that could make that picture better is Gowron, and that he is seeking glory.
He's right. Right. Dig it, Tommy. Good call. Here's a Snapchat sadness. Today will be a good. Never mind. Yeah, that's what happens. Use a cup holder. There's a
That's God punishing you. That's God punishing you for having that fucked up ass thumbnail, that serial killer thumb, and putting that shit on Snapchat. You gross motherfucker.
Wow.
Damn.
Is that Sean Keane?
That's a serial killer thumb right there. Look at that shit.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to trust you on that.
It's a Megan Fox thumb.
It is.
Yeah, toe. It's her big toe.
Toe thumb.
And
yeah,
look at the sandwich. Look at that beautiful freaking sandwich.
He's
and it was
eating off the
destroyed.
floor.
No, I mean, would you?
Oh.
And that wasn't even the most meat he'd had in his mouth that day.
Oh shit!
On the other side of
Shit.
his face, loyalty.
He was like that rapper Ace. He's like, I woke up in a new bukkake. Oh, sorry.
So somebody asked him if he wanted the foot long, and then he said, and then some.
Yeah.
Need them extra inches. All right, guys, we're going to close out, and I'm going to go around the panel, let everybody set our outros. Please, mods, if you would, share out links for each individual channel. I'm just going to go one by one. But first off, beside me, the man, Teepee, the place to be reviews.
Go over to the Teespring and buy this beautiful shirt. The place to be reviews, Egyptian style. No, hey, Teepee, the place to be reviews. Come on over. We got one of the longest running Monday night shows here. We're on episode 199 of Going In Raw, on the precipice of 200. We got not 4 but 5 horsemen, me, Red, Tony, Vinny, and Chris Fisk every Monday night, 8:35 Eastern, Wednesday nights live. Me and Tony welcome a myriad of different guests. We play the quiz sensation, sweeping the nation. Do you know me? We'll be giving away kazoos soon for the winners in the chat. That's right, we're giving away kazoos because my channel members are my kazooians, and you can join too. Get early access to videos, eight members live streams a month. We're kind of busy over at the channel. I don't say me, I say we. So come on over, subscribe. If you're so inclined, you can join. If not, hey, enjoy the content for free. And hail to this chat, the best chat on YouTube, Rogue Entertainment.
Hail.
And this wonderful panel of talented, beautiful human beings. Thank you for having me and let me be part of it, folks.
Thank you for being here, brother. Next up is our guest, Hail the Dicks Division. Dude, what's up, Nick Weiser? Tell them where they can find you.
All right, so I'm on YouTube. Like, water's wet, snow is white, the sky is blue. At 32 flavors of Nick Weiser on YouTube. Toxic Tuesday to promote, or maybe not promote, but just to solidify the craziness in the world. We're talking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas because of a certain celebrity in court against the turd. And, of course, there's the Comic Shop Talk on Friday night. I'll also be reviewing the Northman movie. Also in the week, I have Midnight's Edge After Dark on Tuesday nights as well. And I yell at Park Cars with the Dicks Division on Monday night at Yelling at Park Cars. And now there is a pregame show to Yelling at Park Cars a half hour before Yelling starts on my Gilded link as well. So I'm on Gilded. Please join me on there. We have over 60 members strong. And we have fun times. We chat about whatever, whenever, wherever. It's a great time. So please come check out the Gilded. Come sub to the YouTube. I'm under 80 subs from 1K. So that's another thing as well. So anyways, Walton, thank you for letting me come on. This has been a pleasure. It's been really cool and awesome to be on Rogue Entertainment. And hopefully someday, somewhere, somewhen, our paths will cross again on here. And to the other panels on here, I wish you all the magicalest of magical evenings. Cheers. Beers, good fight, and good night. Thank you.
Cheers, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Next up is Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective. Subscribe and get this man to 1,000. Tommy, tell me where they can find you.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collected here. If you notice all the lettuce and the carrots are gone from your fridge and you follow those jelly beans that the guinea pigs left for you, will lead them right back to my channel where we're talking about old toys, retro toys being done right, old movies, and all the wonderful things from the past that we love so much and never let anybody tell you can't love those things, you can't respect those things, and you can't fight for those things because that's what they want. They want to put you in your box, they want to silence you, and they want to keep you down, and they want to destroy everything that you love. So never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And of course, you guys can check us out every Monday at 6 p.m. with Going Old School Retro Discussions, followed up on Thursday after the Pro by the Red Gaze and Nerium with Vinny and I as we get into United Underground Presents Collectible Past, hosted by two guinea pigs, talking about a lot of those awesome retro toys that are being done right and all the companies that are paying respect to the things that we love. Anyway, guys, remember that stuff. Check you out next time. Later, y'all.
Don't tell them what they go. You guys say it. Come on, man. Close it out.
I already did, Mofo'n.
I'll do it one more. Go on, one more time.
Remember, guys, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And the guinea pigs will nibble off your toes if you're not paying attention.
Hell, brother. Love you, Tommy. Thank you for being here, guys. Please subscribe to Tom. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. Next up is the Red Gaze, tell them where they can find you, and tell them a little bit about Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance.
Hell yeah, epic space fantasy at its finest. This is my answer to all the bullshit that's been going on. Yeah, we're just cranking out awesome stories. This is just one of them. There's a novel before this, still available on this campaign, so check it out. This was the comic, which is a fast-paced, action-packed adventure in between novel 1 and novel 2. Yeah, high fantasy in space. What more could you ask for? But yeah, you can find me at the Red Gaze YouTube channel every Thursday. Like Tommy said, we do the probe right before Collectible Past. That's at 6 Eastern. Just checking out other awesome creators with cool projects out there. So join us for that. Been doing some morning firestorms here and there. Just, getting some aggression out. And also just having some fun, just having some laughs. Because that's what we're really all about. My mission statement has always been make cool shit, have fun. That's it. Period. End of story. No drama, no bullshit. Just fun. Good times. So I hope you join us over there. And thank you for having me tonight. Thank you for showing up in the chat. You guys are awesome. We love you all. And thank you for all your support. Make sure you support everybody down the line.
Yeah, Bella. Thank you very much, guys. Please share out links for Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance, still in demand. It's a beautiful book. Please support your independent creators out there and share out links. Next up is the wonderful the Tony Tone Deaf from the Clown World Reviews.
Yeah, if you're into witty conversation, satire, and a consistent quality, stay away from the Clown World Review because that shit'll ruin your life. Check us out every Tuesday night. We have the Monday Night War retrospective. We talk about the greatest time to be a fan of wrestling. And we're just past our first year now. We're jumping into the 96-97 season. Great things happen in this time. So I'm looking forward to talking about it with all of you. And yeah, come check us out. I got some skits, all kinds of fun stuff on the channel. And I'll be starting a new live stream soon, so stay tuned. Thank you, everyone on the panel. It was a pleasure. Thank you, everyone in the chat. You guys rock. And yeah, till next time.
All right, brother Tony. Thank you so much, dude. You're welcome back every week, man, if you want to. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. Next up is Chris Fix. Tell them where they can find you and tell them about Infantile Chronicles.
Sure. Can you embiggen me?
I will embiggen you.
Sweet. So this is what I was dipping out for a little bit. I got my hands on a 3D printer.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's got a little cap in there, a little cavity for the NFC chip that'll go in there. Not going to say exactly what that does just yet.
I'm just so glad that cavity wasn't filled already.
In addition to that, we got 180 backers, which is awesome. Hopefully, we can shoot for the big 200. Our book ships immediately. 50 full-color pages, high fantasy comic book. It's book 1 of 10, and you get this nice little mylar wrapped box if you order. And yeah, there's also a digital edition available. And then here's some interior pages. So if you like fantasy, you don't like dogma or narratives being pushed at you that are about modern day issues, might really like Infantile Chronicles. So yeah, that's my pitch.
All right, man. Chris, thank you very much, man. And what streams are you usually on? What shows are you traveling around?
Well, let's see. Fridays and Sundays, I'm with Vinny. And occasionally, I think I'm on Thursdays with the Probe, sometimes with Red. And I believe Mondays I'm with ETEP, the Fifth Horseman.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
All right.
Oh, yes. Represent.
Hail,
Yeah,
brother.
that's
Hail,
some
brother.
nice
Chris,
merch.
Chris, you are welcome back every Saturday. Please let me know if you want to come on, and we'll throw you the link, man. Appreciate you being here, dude.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Let's see. If Tommy, if somebody could share the link that you put out there in the back for me, I'd appreciate that. I'll plug it at the end. Next up is my man Vinnie Tartamella. Dude, tell them where they can find you and tell them about this awesome book, The Fulfillment King himself, the example in indie comics. Shadow of the Kraken.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you can find me at Vinnieart over on YouTube, on Twitter, pretty much all social media. Yeah, we're having fun all the time over there. It's Fridays and Sundays, like Chris said. That's when we hang out. That's when we do our thing. We go anywhere from promoting people to, well, the Fridays are normally that, to really crazy topics. We hit everything, and a little bit of everything: politics, movies, games, toys, you name it. What's going on, what we're working on, just like these amazing books you see here. Everybody on this panel who's got a killer project, they deserve to be back. They deserve to be supported through and through. This means a lot to us, what we're doing here, and the support is just incredible from you guys and girls. We can't thank you enough. All the streams that you guys pop in on, that you follow us on as well. It's a blast. That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. We're having a good time. And shout out to Kraken. Like I said, almost done with this. I'll be done tonight with the lettering. Gonna do some edits, and then I gotta order my sample copy, make sure it's perfect for you guys and girls, and then I'm gonna put the big order in. I have my acrylic standees came, the beanies came, keychains came. So I'm ready for fulfillment on this one. Campaign number 6 in about 3 years. So we did awesome over here, and we're gonna continue giving you guys amazing books. So if you love hot chicks, you love pirates, just a killer story too. Like our main character, what he goes through and what he's going to be going through in this series is just amazing. We have, again, coded and hidden maps and secrets and treasures and so much cool shit. There is a supernatural twist in this story. You guys will see it, and it's pretty crazy, and just kind of what happens and where we're going to go is going to be an awesome ride. So please consider backing this one. Like I said, after this is done and fulfilled, I will be working on City of Venus 2. A lot of people have been waiting on that one, and it's going to be another awesome ride on that.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you so much. Dude, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being here today.
Dude, I appreciate you too, buddy. And I was gonna put one more in there for you.
Oh, what's up? Go ahead.
If you want extremely late books, you want really bad reach-arounds, you want to frog it, go over to comic. Never mind.
All right. Thank you, Vinny. Hail to you, brother. Hail the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you for supporting all these wonderful creators. Thank you all my mods for throwing out links. Much appreciate that, guys. And one most especially, this is for a Mother's Memorial Fund for SupremeHeretic. Guys, fell on hard times. If you guys can give him a hand, we greatly appreciate that. We support each other in this community. We look out for one another. We promote indie creators. We whether you're on YouTube, whether you're out there on any platform, if you're making novels, if you're making comics, like, we are here to support. That is what we do. We support each other because we don't have an industry to support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. And we are also here to help one another. So please, if you can give. If you can't, please share out the link and give SupremeHeretic a chance. Give SupremeHeretic some love that he's given our community over the last several years. Guys, appreciate you. Make sure to share out links for your favorite 2 or 3 YouTubers. Those guys out there, they're working, whether they're small or whether they're big, doesn't matter. Your favorite YouTubers is what matters. Make sure to share out those links and support each other. Can't say, guys, enough how much I appreciate you being here. Watch out. Just watch out, keep your head on a swivel, look out. There's a whole lot of crazy news going on out there. People trying to spin narratives, people trying to attack other creators. People just stay out that. You don't need that. You don't need that drama. You want to get away from that. You want to support other people. You come here. You come to Rogue. This is where we are not. We set ourselves apart from everyone else. We're not about destroying anyone. We're not about attacking any creators. We want to talk about the mainstream and the villainous shit that they are doing. We want to talk about the politicians out there that don't care about you or me. And you want to those are the people. Though that is who we stand up against, and who we stand together are people like you in the chat, and the people that come around, have good hearts and just trying to promote and make good books or promote good channels, have great conversations and put different ways of thinking out there than the mainstream will allow. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for coming back each week. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Be good to each other, yet suffer no fools. Peace.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show. And when you're born in America,